show, celebrities, pop culture, and comedy.
Please welcome to the studio right now one of my good friends. I'm going to introduce
Jaclyn Marfuggi.
Yes, Jaclyn. How do you say your last? Marfuggi.
Marfuggi. We're such good friends.
Yeah, Jaclyn Marfuggi, and then this other guy named Michael Lenochi.
He's always said my last name wrong. He always just does.
Is it not Lenochi?
Lenochi.
Yeah.
No, whatever.
I let him do it. Everybody says it different. Some people call me
Lenochi.
Yeah, Lenochi.
I like Lenochi.
It's
I
fine.
forgot how I said it.
You're just not good with Italian.
No, I am great with Italian.
You are.
I am. Thank you.
He says Lenoche.
You just add an
Like
accent.
Michael
Which sounds a lot better than the Lenochi.
No, it doesn't. Isn't that disrespectful? Hey,
So,
what are you doing?
You
Talking
can
about
Lenochi. It's Lenochi.
No, it's
Lenochi. Marfuggi.
Whoa, she's the most Italian in here, by the way.
Oh my goodness.
I'm only 50%.
I'm
so.
only 50% either.
Yeah, but
I'm
like
Italian Irish.
here's the thing about Italians.
I'm only 50%
I'm already
either.
talking like a Bachelor contestant. Jesus Christ. God.
Hilarious. So we got a lot to talk about. I want to start. Look, we got the Bachelor recap coming up. I got to tell you guys about that.
Can't
We got Brittany Furlan. Is
Yeah.
that? Did I say her last name right?
It might be Furlan.
Furlani.
Furlanio. That's a
By the
different
way,
Brittany.
me and Michael Lenochi, we're gonna be in
Lenochi.
Lenochi. Where are we going to be in Philly?
Philly. Oh,
We're going
was
to
it?
Lenochi in Philly. We're going to be there next Friday and Saturday, correct?
You should go to Dante and Luigi's
Oh,
in
really?
Philly.
It's funny. Maybe we will.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, I hate just staying in a hotel, so
Yeah,
I
we
love
definitely
exploring this.
will.
But we got to go to Rocky thing too. I'm not going to jump up and down, but I've never seen it.
I've done it. I'll take you. You
Yeah?
know, it's actually not at top of the stairs anymore. They put it to the side. It's really funny.
Really?
Yeah. I remember when I went to see it.
Disrespecting
we'll
Sylvester Stallone like that.
That's a lot.
That's Rocky, man.
Yeah.
So we'll be there. Get tickets, michaelyo.com. It's looking like it's going to be a great show, so I'm excited about that. Also, got a special on Amazon Prime called Blasian, so check that out. Leave a comment. Look, you can watch it, but leave a comment. That does so much. Now, I want to talk about Kobe Bryant first. From each of y'all, where were you guys when you heard the news, and how'd you first respond?
You go first.
The ladies, guy, you're rude, dude.
Well, that's what I was saying. I say go first.
Yeah.
Listen.
No, girl.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
No, don't say it.
I was saying ladies go first.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
But like
okay.
he was trying to go
Hey,
first. But, it's
But I've
not.
already said that. So
Rude.
I was shopping because I was having the parents over for like a whole dinner, and I got a text at Trader Joe's from the Citizen app that just said like helicopter crash, but it didn't say it was Kobe, and I was like, ooh, that's scary. And then I got home, and as we were walking out the door to go be with my parents, Tommy, my boy, you know Tommy, he was like, Kobe Bryant died, and it was just like, no way. And the only other person that like kind of hit me like that was when James Gandolfini passed away.
really,
And
James Gandolfini.
I was home in Jersey in Long Branch with my parents, and it was another one where you're just like, this cannot be.
It's interesting how different people, like I didn't know Kobe at all. I've interviewed him several times. Always talked about his family every interview, but I didn't know him. You know, I'm not a reporter who's gonna be like, oh, I know Kobe. No, I didn't know. I interviewed him, so I feel like I got more inside than most people, 99% of people. We had lunch for like 2 hours before because we were at an event. So we just sat across from each other for like 2 hours and just talked. So, you know, I feel like I had that moment with him. But Lenochi, where were you when you heard
I was
the news?
woken up to the news.
You woke up to it.
Yeah, because it was like, what, 10:30 when we found out? So, yeah, I'm not usually getting up.
So you woke up, checked your Twitter, Instagram.
I woke up to Chris came into my room and goes, yo, Kobe died. And then I woke up right away. I grabbed my phone. I turned the TV on, and I'm looking for it. It's not on the news yet. I went straight to ESPN. Then I went to see it. It's not on the news
It took because everybody wanted to confirm it.
Yeah.
That drove me crazy.
So-
like
But
I couldn't find
TMZ had it up first.
Well,
Yes.
TMZ is very interesting, and I'll break down TMZ in a minute
Yeah.
because I know all about their organization
Yeah.
and how my wife and her parents like
So
how they
that's
get
how I
everything
found
so
out.
quick. Well, go ahead, and that's how you found out.
I was like, so that's how I found out. Yeah, so I looked for everything, and then I went on Twitter and refreshed it, and then like I think maybe I saw one thing, and then I searched the Kobe thing, and yeah, it was only on TMZ, but then like then friends back home were texting already, and then finally it broke on CNN, and that was one of the first things I actually thought was like, oh, I wonder, I hope he wasn't with his family.
Yeah, and then
I thought that. Yeah.
Well, I was watching ABC.
Yeah.
And the reporter slipped and goes, "Yeah, I'm hearing all three of his girls were on there. Four of his girls were on there."
No.
And they took that back immediately. I was like, "Oh my God, him and four of his girls." But then I was like, "That's an infant, so that's got to be wrong. You would never put an infant on a helicopter."
Yeah, that baby's like 7 months old.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Do
So,
that.
but I was like, I mean, the only me and Lenochi were talking before we came on this pod, and he goes, "The only other person is who that affects
Well,
you?"
the biggest death, I think you can't even argue it in our lifetime at least, is Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
That was like that. I mean, I don't know what it was like when John Lennon died. I'm sure that was probably pretty big too, because that was tragic. He was murdered.
yeah.
So, but then Robin Williams was a big one.
That like hit me more than Michael.
See, Michael really
none of
did-
them affected me
That-
until Kobe.
Yeah.
No.
Like I was sad. I was like, oh, that's sad. But like this was the first time I'm like I really like sit in silence and like actually got really sad and emotional about
Like
it.
I cried because I think it was more about, I think also when Michael Jackson died, what is that, 15 years now or whatever?
11, 12, yeah.
11,
Yeah.
12. Well, you're younger. And mortality, like I'm older than you two, but mortality starts to set in when you get over 40. And you're like, dude, I only at best, I got 40 more years.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Kobe died at 41, and it kind of hit me really hard because all of a sudden, like, I got two kids. So losing, I just had a daughter, and I'm going, and his daughter was on the plane, and all these other families also, their
Oh,
families.
But those
So-
last 20 seconds or
No,
something.
Yeah, it
I
just,
can't.
and I think that's what really, it's a woman that every day Kobe jumped on a helicopter and went somewhere, played all his games, all his practices,
Yeah.
no big deal. And then now her husband's never coming back, and Gigi, her daughter's never coming. And that's for the other families too. I don't want to discount them.
Yeah.
No.
So it's, because every time I get on a plane, I think about it. Every time I'll call my wife every time I take off. And my last text to her all the time is, "I love you so much. You're my life." Every time before because you just never
Yeah.
know. But for it to happen, it's crazy to me. And I think it took my breath away because Kobe on the court was one way, but I can't like that. It seemed like he was happier with his life
After.
yeah, because he got to hang out with his girls and his family.
Well, also part of the reason he might be a little bit happier is like athletes, especially the best ones, are under a lot of scrutiny all the time. Even if they're doing well, if they lose, even if they lose at the highest level in a championship game, then they're like, well, why didn't you win? There's no more of that. Now it's just like, hey, you were so great. You're so great. What are you doing now to be good in this? Like LeBron, after he retires, it's going to be all gravy.
Yeah, he owns
a
production
You were the
companies.
greatest. Oh, look how much you do now. It's all going to be, there's not going to be any negativity towards LeBron
But-
after he retires.
Yeah.
But I think the only
Messy
negativity
stuff.
players get, and I feel bad for Michael Jordan,
Yeah.
everybody compares.
Sure.
And I feel because he can't defend himself, so I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
And
the sad thing is he started taking helicopters because he missed like his daughter's play once because he was stuck in traffic. So the whole reasoning behind this was to be with his family more.
Sure, a little bit. He always took helicopter to every game too. though.
No, but he said
For
no.
practice.
But he said so he could get back to his family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he would do it for practice.
Yeah.
But as a father, and I don't want to get too morbid or into it. Can you imagine those last seconds with Kobe looking at his daughter, knowing?
Yeah.
I just can't.
If it happened that way. If it happened
yeah,
that
like
way.
you don't know. Like they could have just been going and
hope.
hit.
I mean,
and
Well,
that's,
based off the crash, they all died instantly.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I hate this since they're already passed away. I hope that's what happened.
Yeah.
I hope this wasn't you hit something, then you're spinning, and then you go down,
Yeah.
and then
it's just
like
lights out. I hope
I
that's
mean,
what
if
happened.
you ever go, that's the way you want it. Where especially when you're around your own kid. Oh, my
I think
God,
it's
no.
crazy because you think when you think some people like as big as Kobe are untouchable sometimes. So when someone like that dies tragic at a young age, it makes you go, this could be. This,
You know what? But I think that's a young thing too.
Really?
I think like when you're young, and just to prove it, when I was in my 20s, you never thought about dying.
No.
You never thought about dying in your early 30s. But once you hit 40 or you have a family, it creeps up on, and then you have friends that die from natural causes that are around you. Like I've had friends that die at 51, 55, or people I don't know. I'll just be watching news. Somebody just died at 43, caught a heart attack. You're like, what?
Well, no, like rich or poor, we're all ending 6 feet under.
100%.
And that's how you have to look at it. And I didn't really think about death until I had a very close family member. Literally, I was looking at his Facebook in the morning. He was posting pictures in the snow. And 2 hours later, I get a text that he passed away. And that's, I think when everyone has that first like traumatic hit, that's when death becomes very real.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't think about it too much, but it crosses my mind because now you know it's inevitable. It's coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just how you're going to go. But Kobe affected me. Like I've never cried when it's even Michael Jackson. And I think because there was all these stories about Michael Jackson. Also, he didn't have a family. So it was kind of just, he was a mega superstar. And if you liked his music, you loved him. But like Kobe, I'll watch the news and just go, and I think it's because of Vanessa and his other kids. And now you don't have a father.
Nope.
And I think that's what really had me.
It was weird because a couple weeks ago I was watching that video of him on the court side at a WNBA game with Gigi. And he was like teaching her. That's what's like such
and
an
that
image
became
on
a funny meme where people were not making fun of, but just like Kobe's that intense.
Yeah.
They had such a bond.
Dude,
but now
that was recent. That was like within a month ago. They were showing that clip, and I was like, "Oh, she's so cute." And also, like, he's like just at a WNBA, like for such a high star basketball player to be like supporting the WNBA.
Oh, he's a big
and like
sport.
that was his thing. And like then they were showing clips of her playing, and you know, for 13, she was like, "Oh, this girl was potentially gonna at least play at a good college." You know what I mean? It was like she already
just went to UConn to visit them with
yeah,
Kobe.
it was just like, you know what I mean? So it's like, oh, like what he was doing for women's sports was huge because the WNBA has always kind of been the butt of a joke.
No, like even
and
though
he was making it not.
Gigi wasn't in the WNBA, I feel like she shed so much light on it without even being there.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad. Leave your comments below how Kobe affected you, man. But this is one where it sticks with you. It's not like
I said goodbye to my parents yesterday. They were flying home, and it was just, I mean, I was crying like a baby just because you never know. Every single goodbye could be the last one. Knock on wood. Like it's just they're fine. They landed. But it just puts things into perspective. And the thing that everyone keeps saying is like, tell like your friends, your family, everyone that you love them.
But you hear that all the time.
Yeah,
do.
you know you love
and
them.
then and then like the problem with this is the good and bad about social media and the world we live in. Things get out really fast, but people process it and move on so fast too. You know what I mean? Where I feel like when you had to wait a whole day for the news till 7 o'clock at night, like back in the day, that story stayed with you so much longer, but now you get all the information so fast so you can.
Oh, yeah.
And then I just think death is different today than it was just 20 years ago because now you're used to seeing it because it's all over the place.
Yeah.
You have news feeds with it. Before you got to remember how TV used to be. News came on at 7 o'clock at night or whatever time, like 25 years ago. It just came on once a day, the big news. So you would only hear about the big person dying like at night.
Oh, yeah.
Because they didn't have news on during the day. And then CNN,
true.
now it's 24 hours. So the more you hear about it, the faster you can get over it.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's sad too. You know, switching gears, a big shift.
Yeah.
We since we're here to talk about The Bachelor, I do it every week. By the way, Michael Lenochi was on my first Bachelor podcast with Jess from the Chatty Broads. He was on the first one. And what's funny is all the girls that got kicked off, he started DMing them to try to get dates. Did any of those girls?
I don't think I actually did. Otherwise, I'd be able to look. But
come on,
I don't
He's
know.
just getting
but you
shy.
did think a lot.
What do you mean?
I'll
do it right now if you want me. I don't care.
None of them will reach back out.
That's not true.
No, I think so.
I get DM'd back a lot because I'm cute.
Are you really?
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, what's?
Cute.
Oh,
Obviously.
Okay, so this is interesting. I just found this out too.
Obviously, I'm cute.
So you two
I mean, obviously,
dated.
I'm a bombshell.
Yeah. So y'all two dated.
Are you a Bachelor producer? Because this is very on brand with what happened this week.
because y'all mentioned it. I didn't even know. Y'all were talking about. So y'all dated. Is this awkward right now or
no?
Not at
It
all.
was 10 years ago.
It was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So did y'all hook up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you do when you date someone.
But Like I don't.
We weren't.
We were-
We weren't 16.
Yeah, well,
We were both like adults.
we were like early 20s.
If you
Okay.
date someone more
Early
than a
Yeah.
week, you've hooked up with them. like,
Exactly.
like only 2 dates.
Well, I just look at
Yeah.
you and I can't imagine anyone wanting to hook up with you.
Well,
What's
Oh,
up?
crazy.
God.
Lenochi?
No,
Do
I
you
think
regret-
I was close to being blacked out the first time I let
Oh.
him.
She had a big drinking problem
Yeah.
back
Okay.
then.
Yeah.
She would drink a lot.
Says the frat boy.
Yeah.
I think. No. I think
What'd you like
face
about it?
planted me.
Would you like it?
I made her laugh nonstop
No, what can't she answer?
because that's what her answer's gonna be.
No, what
What he
was it
thinks.
about him?
Oh God. He was, you know, it kind of was like the Bachelor syndrome where we worked at the same place and he was the only kind of eligible Bachelor there.
Where'd you work?
The parlor.
The parlor. That's how we met.
He was a bar back.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
I was a server.
Yeah, he was we were servers together.
servers together.
It was
Yeah.
like both of our first jobs in Hollywood.
So many people at the parlor must have hooked up.
Yeah.
Oh God,
yeah.
yeah. It was a
Yeah.
He's the only one though for me.
Every place though,
Yeah.
every working
That's true.
place.
yeah,
You know?
true.
that's
Yeah,
young
that's what you do.
Hollywood. That's
Yeah,
why
it's-
Vanderpump Rules is so popular.
But
That's
we
true.
opened that place.
yeah, we opened.
We
that.
opened it. We were
Yeah.
the
Oh, when
original-
it was like
yeah,
at its
when like
peak.
the Lakers.
There's a
were,
lot of the original parlor cast is pretty cool and successful.
right. We're just
Yeah.
killing it.
Yeah.
So
I finally just quit.
so what made y'all break up?
Well, it wasn't
we
a
were-
serious relationship.
yeah.
It was more of like a
Just a
hooking,
hookup.
We
hooking
weren't,
up
like-
for a while.
Yeah, it was
Like a
hooking
couple
up.
months, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But like he was young and just moved here. And
26.
And he wasn't good in bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, the worst. No,
Mike,
no, Michael. No, he knows what he's
if
doing.
Mike wants to
He's
turn this into a rip session, we can.
Jesus.
Before the show, he's like, "Yo, be nice to me, be nice." And I'm like, "All right,
Okay.
you want to rip? You want to
No.
rip? You want to rip?"
Michael, we
Michael
all know.
I'm kidding,
had the
I'm kidding.
maturity of like a 15-year-old at that point. He wasn't ready for this.
I didn't
For
wanna,
all this.
No,
For all
I
this.
didn't want to be. I didn't want
Yeah,
to settle down. I
he
just
did
moved
it.
to LA.
Yes,
You
it was
wanna-
fun.
You want to?
I was just starting to get into the groove of
He had
hustling for
just-
stand up.
yeah.
So like I didn't want to like get sucked into like sleepovers every night and stuff like that. That
You just
scared
wanted
the
to hook
shit out
up.
of me.
That's it. It's no
Sure.
problem.
He
No, but I
liked
liked
me.
her. What do
Yeah.
you mean? Like I
Yeah.
like
I'm not saying you didn't like it. I'm just
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
you just wanted some ass. That's it.
Yeah.
I didn't just want ass. I liked her companionship.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's why you broke up.
It wasn't like a breakup thing. It was just like
Let's
I
stop
faded
hooking
out.
up.
Yeah.
It's guys have a light on when they're ready to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
His light was
It's
not
so
on.
true. It's so
you
true.
know?
I was
He just
I
wasn't
was
there.
just starting to grind.
Other women.
No,
Oh, okay.
stand up.
Okay.
I just started
Yeah.
stand up.
Okay.
No, I helped him out with like
She like
acting
she
stuff,
took
self
me.
tape.
Oh, you're so sweet.
We went to the Laugh Factory. I remember watching Sebastian when there was like 20 people in the crowd,
Yeah.
and it was the Kevin Nealon show. And she was like, "This guy's really funny. You remind me of him because he was an Italian guy."
And because I had dated him
and she had
too.
dated him too.
You
for-
dated Sebastian
Yeah,
too?
But
I
not
was-
like how we
Not
dated.
like how we
I think-
dated.
I
No,
think they
we went
didn't
on
hook
a few
up.
dates.
Oh, you went on a few.
Like I would consider it more than what Victoria did on The Bachelor with
Oh, Lord.
Chase,
Yes.
but less than what I did with
let's talk
Lenochi.
about The Bachelor. These are the women. Oh, well, he took the women down.
It's
you
okay.
don't need
I'm
to put the women
nearsighted.
up.
I can't see shit up
All
there.
right. So what'd you think about last night's episode?
Okay. I went through many emotions. Finally, towards the end, I was like, I have lost all my brain cells after watching this.
Yes.
But thank you. After thinking about it today,
You want me to hold your hair too?
get us.
Your boyfriend's probably
I
hitting his
know.
spot right now.
Tommy's like, what the fuck?
Imagine
God.
a boyfriend watching every
No.
podcast that your girlfriend
Tommy's
went
the-
on.
What is today? God damn it. No, but today, after thinking, like, there was football.
Yeah.
There was like lying
Unnecessary
scandals.
football.
Like, were they trying to be on brand with the Super Bowl? Like, why
It
was that there?
It was so ridiculous. Here's my. What's your thoughts about
It was
Peter?
football.
What's your thoughts about
Peter is like the guy that wasn't cool in high school that all of a sudden every like sorority girl wants to date, like in college.
Forced to date right
Is
now?
forced to date because he's the only option because you're
Yes.
stuck in the middle of Ohio.
I think Peter
He's a dork.
is the weakest bachelor,
Oh.
and they have to create so much drama that's not drama. The champagne,
Des Moines. I love Des Moines.
Des Moines,
Des
Des
Moines.
Moines champagne. Like seriously, they made a whole episode about that.
No.
They making an episode about two people. Like last episode, it was I don't even know how to Aliyah.
Alea?
When you say weakest, do you mean like his personality is
He
bland?
has none.
By
Oh,
the
wow.
end of the episode, they're like yelling at him,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Come here!" Like,
Yeah.
What do you mean, the
this
producers?
no, the
The
batch,
girls.
The
Oh, he's
a
beta.
contestants.
Yes,
Yes.
he's a
Oh,
total
really?
beta.
Yeah.
So it's a thing like
He's a little bitch.
yes. I didn't
Aren't
want
they
to
supposed
say
to
it.
get like alpha males?
He's such a beta where I feel like he's one of the people competing on the show.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like he's
Like
so
one of the
soft.
emotional ones that goes, I
Oh,
can't believe she
yeah.
didn't pick me.
Okay, so the last episode, so Michael Lenochi doesn't watch it, but he gives great insight on just relationships. So there's two girls, Michael, that one gets kicked off because one girl says, well, I don't know her, and she's like done some stuff. So this girl comes back. They let her back on the show, the one that got kicked off.
So they changed the rules throughout
they
the
changed
season.
the
No,
rules.
no, you're not explaining it right. Okay, so
Okay,
this girl
you
that got
explain.
kicked off is super hot. But like fake
You think
hot.
she's super hot?
She came in guns blazing. Stepping out of the limo, she had a dress on
Well,
down
she
to her
always
boobs.
wearing a dress. Yeah.
Like he immediately was like erect. Like
Yeah.
it was a lot. Like
I got for you
Yeah.
explaining it. I got erect.
just
so that was crazy.
long, brown,
Long-
shiny
long-
hair,
long
just
boobs. Oh,
everything.
hair.
She finally became Miss Texas on her 4th try in a pageant. So, you know,
well.
she's a little crazy. Yeah, all the girls think she's a liar. They're also threatened by her. She's
Why?
got
I
big
don't thi-
dick energy.
She
do
does.
think that.
She is
Yes.
more alpha than.
Can we pull up the picture because I
Yes,
see which
I'll
one
show
she
you
is.
what she looks. She's right here.
Alea.
Alea
No.
is right here. She's in the red.
Here now someone.
Hold on, let me
who's
blow her up.
That personality.
I'm trying to blow her up. There.
Oh well, hello,
Yeah.
Alea.
hello.
Yeah.
This one.
Very cute. I think I picked her as one of the cuter ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so she's like an alpha
good.
female.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's good for a beta.
And like a silent killer. Like she sits back and
You
like
can
lets
put the
them
cameras
all
back
fight
on us,
over her.
Ernie. Come on, man.
the one below her though.
I know,
God,
Ernie
is
just
gorgeous.
has
Oh,
this-
you love Hannah, I'm sure.
Yes.
Hannah Ann is like perfect girlfriend.
Oh,
all
you didn't
American.
get to see all of Hannah Ann last time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
this is
Look her
put it back
Let's
up.
look
She's like a
her
shiny
up.
toy puppy.
Yeah,
Like
she.
just adorable.
Look
She's
at her.
also 13.
That's Hannah Ann.
Can you go down? Hannah, what's her last name?
Ann.
And
He's trying to. Go,
That's
This
got
is
to
a-
be her, huh?
yeah.
Are you
I mean,
DMing her?
I
There's
mean, look
too many
at her.
followers. She'll never see it.
Yeah.
She's got
So just do it.
400,000.
Just do it. Say you know Michael. Yeah.
Oh, she
Oh,
looks
God.
really young.
Right. Very
How old
young.
is she?
23.
20.
Oh,
But that's the other thing. They're all so young. There's no high stakes here. Like,
You know
I don't
what,
care
dude?
anymore. I know they'll all
Who
be
gets
fine.
married at 23?
No one.
Oh my
No.
goodness. These
Well,
people- So
Justin
anyway-
Bieber and Haley Bieber.
Yeah.
That's about it.
So
It's gonna
Michael,
last.
these girls are these two girls, not Hannah Ann, but Aaliyah, and let me show you the other one. The one that looks
Alea.
everybody's saying that looks like my wife. Hold on.
Oh, Victoria. I turned to Rachel last week and I was like, oh my God, that looks like Claire. But like,
Everybody-
a shittier version of Claire.
That's what everybody's
Yeah.
saying. And I actually
weird
put
way
out
to
a
describe
poll.
somebody's wife. There's a shitty version of your wife over there.
No, she's like the Forever 21 version of Claire.
Okay, there. That's better.
That's better.
So this is put it up. That's Victoria P. Everybody says,
Yeah,
look,
she's-
she doesn't look
She's
like
a
Claire
walking Barbie doll.
there, but
Oh, but she's broken.
yeah.
They're all broken.
Yeah.
So these two girls are in a fight because.
A verbal fight.
It's a stupid fight.
A
I know her.
cheating-
No, I don't know her. No, I know. And then they're
They're
lying.
fighting about hours of knowing each other.
Yes.
Like, this
and Peter is wrapped up. This is Peter,
Yeah.
the Bachelor. I don't. You told me you didn't know her, but I found out you knew her, and I don't
This
know.
is the dumbest
No.
thing I've ever seen.
But
What is
also,
going
like, they're
on?
fighting, and Claire is literally caressing the other one's ear.
That bring back memories
Like,
right
it
there, Mike.
literally,
Do it again.
it's the Sopranos nails.
There it
No, literally,
don't do
it
that.
looked like the start of a threesome. Like Peter,
Michael's erect right
I
now.
mean, I mean,
that's an Alea
I don't know what threesomes. I don't know what threesomes you've been involved in, but that's not how they start usually. Hey guys.
Watch this episode. No, she's like caressing the
Oh,
other
yeah.
girl.
Oh, yeah.
It was the crazy. Oh, it was so good.
So they're arguing about knowing each other, and Peter's wrapped up. The whole episode is like, I know her. No, I didn't know her. No, I didn't. And he's like, I thought he went to the girl that supposedly looked like
Yeah.
my wife and goes, I thought, you didn't lie to me.
Oh
And
my
he's
God.
like- and literally, it's like they had a trip in Vegas. People meet up in Vegas. They're pageant girls. So my wife knows 51 other girls.
Oh.
Don't know them,
Yeah,
but you know
Yeah.
them.
I
you know?
spray tan the entire Hawaiian Tropic pageant.
But you don't
contestants
know
in
them.
Vegas. I spent like an
Dropping
hour
her
with each.
business
I don't
in
know
the
that.
podcast.
Just letting you know,
By the way,
guys.
you can contact me at Jaclyn
That was 10
Marfuggi.
years ago. That was right after we broke up, Michael.
You made her start spray tanning people, Michael.
No, but the best part about, was it Victoria P? She just kept saying, well, my truth is.
My truth.
My truth.
How do I get on this show? How do I be the Bachelor?
Oh
And
my
I
God.
want to pick between 30.
Like,
You're
if
too
I was-
old.
If I was single back in the
Why, you
day,
think you're 26?
I would have ran through all of them because none of them
What a
really want to find
dog.
love. Like, just be a dog and have fun.
Wow.
You know, that's
yeah.
but
Jesus. I don't
Peter.
stand behind
Trying,
Michael
but
in
he's
those
got no
comments.
throwdown.
I don't, because a lot of Peter people, they get mad when you talk bad. I'm
Really?
saying, let me put this out there. Peter, I'm talking about Peter, the character on the show, not the real Peter.
No, not the. No.
Not the Peter that, because people lose the sense of they're a heightened version of themselves on TV. So
Also, everything on TV is scripted.
fake.
Yeah.
It's fake.
It's all
Everything.
fake.
It's all fake. So I'm talking about his character, Peter.
Yeah.
He's weak. He has no backbone. He has no balls.
Yeah.
And women run all over him.
He literally, like, he started out just like spray tanned and
Yeah.
he is now like shriveled up, pale. Like these girls are like eating him alive.
It's like he went through presidency.
yeah, it really is.
Like he's like before and after The Bachelor. Have you seen how much these people age?
Who do you like?
Besides
like-
me.
I like Madison
Okay,
and
yeah.
Savannah.
Yeah.
We don't
Okay,
know
let's
much
put
about
'em up.
Savannah. She's kind of.
Let's put them up. Here's
seems
Madison right
not the
here. I think
smartest.
Lenochi liked Madison, but
Oh, Madison. Madison, I'm a big fan
She
of
went
Madison.
home to the family. She handled it.
she doesn't look great in this photo,
No.
though.
Let's
She-
look her up.
She
Madison.
sometimes can look
Madison.
super orange
Look,
and cheesy.
there, what are you looking her up? She's right there.
No, because that's just a headshot. Let's see Madison. What's her last
like
name?
IRL Madison.
What's her last name?
I don't know.
Where'd the
I have
cast
no
go?
idea.
Oh my God, what happened to the
God.
cast?
Oh man.
I need the cast back.
No, but then there was also like girls that I felt like were just popping up this week that I didn't recognize because they all look so goddamn different on
You're talking
every
about
episode.
Savannah?
Savannah, I like Savannah. I just
Other-
think she's cute. I don't know much about her.
You know, Savannah is from Houston, Texas, and that is such a Houston name, Savannah.
Savannah.
Like, oh, I'm Savannah. I'm Savannah. So this is Savannah right here, Michael Lenochi.
Madison's in first.
Oh, Madison. You saw Madison.
far.
This is
Hannah,
Savannah.
Hannah Ann's too young. I feel
You like Savannah?
No, not at all.
That's a bad picture. She looks 10 years older
She
than
looks
she does
like
on the show there.
she's
But you think? But
A
you like
wrestler.
That's Madison.
Madison's gorgeous.
She does it.
She plays hoops.
But I have
too.
to see her
She's
personality.
not too aggressive either.
Who's
Like,
below Madison? That girl's cute.
Which one? This
which
one?
Sarah?
Sarah?
She looks,
I think she got
I think
kicked off.
she's out. Yeah.
Yeah.
well-
she was
Sarah
too
does
quiet.
nothing for
Yeah,
me.
she got no camera
Yeah.
time.
No.
she's
Vanilla,
quiet?
get out.
Yeah.
Thank
cool,
you. Next.
perfect.
You like quiet women that don't talk?
Well, I mean, you know, how are
Wait, can we pull up the other Victoria walking like
Yes.
in the lingerie on the Revolve
so
show?
this girl right
the
here,
really
Victoria.
fearful, just
This-
shy Victoria.
So this is Victoria. What do you think about her, Victoria
Yeah.
undercover bitch?
F? What does that mean?
She knows how to play the game.
She's like,
I
hey,
wish
what's
you
up? I'm
watched last
sorry.
night's
But
episode.
behind the scenes, she's like, I'll fuck that girl up.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
what's interesting about her, and I noticed this, the Bachelor took her to a concert. It was a country concert. What's the guy's name? Chase?
Chase, I call him Chase Hemsworth because
Okay.
I think he's a Hemsworth brother.
Okay, all right. So
Chase Rice.
But the
Okay,
thing
just make
is,
things
she
up.
dated the guy. And then Peter gets all upset because she
Oh,
tells
shut
him,
up.
Like
Peter.
when we showed up here today, Michael. Like
Can we
when we
kick-
showed up here.
Yeah, right? So my
Can
thing
we
is-
kick Peter off?
Yeah,
Is
right.
that a
Yeah, we
possibility?
That's the whole thing. I watched with 5 other girls, and everyone was like, "Take Chase." Like we don't want
how
Peter.
to just take, like, here's the thing is, instead of questioning the girl, he should have been, the first thing I would have said, why would the Bachelor do this? Like, why would they make me go see her ex-boyfriend? And, you know, and he's like, oh, now he's emotional about that.
Like,
and
who cares about her past?
No.
Exactly. So Victoria F., why I thought she's a player. And this is how I know. And you heard the rumors about her, too. She broke up 4 marriages.
I did not know
Yeah,
that.
there are rumors floating around. That's going to come out later in the
She's
season.
good.
But how I knew, and this is a mark of a woman that knows what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Say I'm wrong. I'm a woman.
Yeah.
All right. And
I
you
love
just, you love me?
I'd love to say you're a woman.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And you just found out we saw my ex on stage.
Uh-huh.
And you're emotional about it. What I will do as a woman to make you feel bad is cry and then I leave.
Yes.
You know, Like, and now you feel like, oh my God, I made her feel bad. I got to go make this
What a-
right.
Exactly what she did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, she knows what
But
she
then
doing.
she's so sneaky. She pulls the dude Chase to the side, and she's like, "What are we gonna do about this?"
Yeah, I know.
Like he's like,
Which one's Chase?
I don't know. Tell
The
the
country
guy,
singer.
her ex.
Oh, so he's in the show
Yeah.
too? They
Yeah.
didn't just see it from afar?
No.
It was part of the show. The
where
Bachelor
was
reached
Peter
out to
during
him
that?
to perform, and he didn't know she was on the show or going to be in this.
Oh, they didn't even tell the performer?
No.
No.
Or do you think they did
But
and
I
that's
think-
just
okay.
they're acting?
Everything's so fake.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows?
It's
But
a lot. Also, they definitely knew she dated him. The producer
Oh
set all that
yeah,
shit
of
up,
course. They always
obviously.
they need
Yeah.
to create drama. I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
thinking maybe the singer knew and they're like, oh, he's like, oh, they give him $1 million to perform.
But also
sure.
the entire time he brought Hannah Brown back for 2 episodes. She could be like, "Oh,
I am so
do you
over
remember
Hannah
the
Brown.
windmill? Like you have a past too, bro."
But to get mad about, oh, you dated someone where like who cares?
Okay, cool.
wait, what? This girl I love.
That'll be like Jaclyn's boyfriend
Where-
watching this episode and being mad that she did the podcast.
Yeah.
Why are you calling
Dated
him out?
girls.
But I'm just saying he wouldn't get mad. But
No,
like
he's-
this guy's ridiculous
over it.
already.
What is the girl that's mixed with like 3 different things? I can't find her. I thought her name
Every
was
girl there.
Simone.
Simone.
Simon?
Wow.
She was the one that scored all the goals, aka touchdowns. Did
No,
you
no,
catch
no, no,
someone
no,
saying
no,
that?
no. This is she's my favorite.
Siam.
Yes, or something like that.
Cyan.
But she's not on here.
Guy's ridiculous.
Oh, this one, Sydney. Oh, put it up. I love Sydney.
Oh yeah, she
Sydney's
she
dope.
had a glow up last episode. I
Yeah.
was like, "Who's Sydney?"
She's telling everybody off. I love her. She's white.
Really?
I think she's like white, black,
Yeah,
and
she
something
was
else.
stunning.
She looks Blasian.
I'm excited for her journey.
That's what I would look like if I was a female right there.
Well,
Let's
then-
blow me up right
Then
here.
I'm
That's-
into you.
Yeah,
I'm into you.
God, you're hot.
yeah, that's me if I was a
Well,
female.
maybe
right?
when we go to Philly, you'll wear a wig for me, huh? That's all I need.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
All right, so who don't you like?
Oh God. I don't trust the Victoria chick that we were just talking
Oh yeah,
about.
she's gonna get in trouble at the end of the year.
Yeah, I like watching her, but
But
no.
you like Alea?
Alea? I know I like watching her because she's just a queen bee.
She's
like
drama.
a sorority bitch. Yeah.
Which one? Who'd you just say?
The one,
one
this
that you
one
thought
right
was
here.
cute.
Let me blow
Oh,
her up.
yeah, yeah.
I thought Kelsey, the Des Moines, was
Yeah.
really annoying, but she actually
Leia
has
looks
started to like
cute.
not bother me as much.
Because you heard her story.
I heard
Yep.
yeah, the story. I was kind of like, okay, whatever. But then also McKenna, who keeps making every episode, she's trying
McKenna
to
is
have
crazy.
a moment
McKenna is crazy. Crazy. Let me show you McKenna.
where she has
This is
her own
How-
narrative
how
that no
long
one
are
else
these
is in on.
seasons, by the way?
Also, she looks like
Like,
Sookie
Look,
Waterhouse.
that's McKenna. She looks crazy.
Pull up Sookie Waterhouse.
She's
It's
so
like
young.
they're twins.
oh my gosh, yes.
Right?
Anna Paquin.
Yeah, same person.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's Sookie.
How long are
That,
these
you talking
seasons?
Sookie from True
Sookie
Blood?
Waterhouse. No,
Oh.
Bradley Cooper's ex. You got to pull up a picture.
Oh, I was talking True Blood.
I know.
I was like, Anna
Sookie, she's pale too. I get it. It's fine. Someone get her
Sookie
a
who?
spray tan.
You're
Sookie
so
Waterhouse.
Jersey. It's funny. Spray tan.
You're
How many
just
times have you
jealous.
said?
You're from Florida.
You said.
You're
By the way,
from Florida.
Yes,
you
I'm
wish you were
Florida.
from Jersey.
you said spray tan about 14 times
So
since
that's
you've been on this podcast.
Put her up. That's Sookie right there.
It's McKenna.
Oh,
with
that's cool.
bangs.
That's-
Yeah.
Looks like she's
Yeah,
wearing a
okay.
wig and a disguise or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
With those
it's
eyebrows.
McKenna in a wig.
That's
It's
hilarious.
happening.
All right, so who's your favorite to win?
Madison. I
Madison.
feel like she's going all the way. She's
I'm
already
s-
met the parents.
I'm scared that she's not getting enough screen time. And what's his deal with this girl? Blow it up, Kelly.
If you're not getting screen time, they're not gonna win, man.
What,
right?
what's the deal with
Yeah,
Kelly?
we might hear more from Kelly. I feel like we don't know enough about her. She's kind of in the background.
She's an attorney.
Is she
Yeah.
really though?
At like her dad's
Come on.
law firm.
How many
She's really
attorneys
just-
are like,
that
oh,
was for
let
the
me go do a
show.
reality
but
show?
Yeah.
you could tell she's just older and smarter than the other girls,
She's
and she doesn't get caught
Steady
up.
handing it right now.
Yeah.
She's gonna let them play. She'll
Yeah.
jump in later.
This
I
is
like that.
Kelsey, the girl that made a comeback last night and looked a lot better. She's the one that threw up the
did.
champagne on herself, Mike. You remember
It
that?
exploded
Oh,
in her
yeah,
face.
yeah,
Let's not
yeah.
say
Yeah.
she threw it up.
Yeah, it exploded in her face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she deserved it after the tantrum she threw.
And yeah, so my favorite to win. Here's what I think is going to be the next Bachelorette, right here, Victoria P. She is going to be the next Bachelorette. You know why? Because of the story she told last week. As soon as she told that story about her family and all this emotional stuff, I was like, she's going to be the next Bachelorette. 100%. Mark my word.
Because it was just like
Victoria
heartwarming or
It's
something.
heartwarming and she's sweet and she's nice. That's what
No, but
she's.
she lied.
We got to get me on this show, dude.
Dude, you would be so
We do.
good. I would watch it.
Do you
It
think
would be
Peter's scared to
hilarious.
sit down at a meal with anyone? Because every time he sits at a table with these girls, they tell them the worst
Because
stories
he's
that's ever happened to them.
and also because he's he doesn't make decisions. So this is how bad Peter is since he can't make a decision, they have to release dirt on other girls, and he still doesn't make a decision. He's like, I don't know. Like, he is such a weak man. His character. Now I'm talking about not him in real life. His character on the show
14-year-old boy on the show.
is so weak. It's so weak. They got to create.
I'm
fake
mad at
story.
him already. I don't even like how to.
Like, if I met him, I would be like, dude,
Stop.
you're beta.
Wow.
You're a
B.
basic bitch, Peter.
Yeah. I can't say that because I don't want to call another man that, but a beta B. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Beta B, Peter.
Beta B, Peter.
Thank you.
All
I
right.
don't know what's going on with
So
my
do
mind.
y'all need to get, before we finish this Bachelor recap, do y'all need to get some issues out, or are y'all good? You feel
Yeah, I
good
would
about it?
like you to apologize.
For feeding you meatballs and
Yeah.
just being
Oh,
nice.
did you cook
and-
for him a lot?
Yeah, I would always feed him. I would.
If you cooked, we would still be together.
I would take you to dinners at Greenblatt.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Are you a good cook?
I am a good cook. I just made a cookbook for my dad, actually. I
You
put
made a
all of-
cookbook?
I put all of his recipes
So you-
into a book. I
Oh,
recommend
all of
anyone doing
his
that.
recipes.
His recipes, but I've
So
made them
you-
all, and I did
Well,
take
next
pictures
time you
of
do the
everything.
podcast, will you bring some food?
Yeah, I'll bring some food.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, bring me back
You're gonna-
on. Let's
Oh, yeah.
do it.
You're gonna have to.
What's your
do it
favorite thing
later.
to eat? What do you like?
I love meatballs.
You love meatball? We'll do it.
What's your specialty?
Well, meatballs are a bolognese. I have a sausage bolognese that's to die for.
Let's do
I'm
it.
the
with
most
mascarpone
Jersey
cheese.
person I've ever met.
I mean,
Wait, I have a sausage
just got-
bolognese, and after you eat it, you get a spray tan. How about that, huh?
I just got back from being in Sopranos, guys.
Right? Oh my goodness.
I
Okay.
do love Jersey, though. God, it's awesome.
All right.
See, can he apologize for something too? Why is it my fault? Why is it always the girl's fault?
Well, because you offered.
Yeah.
You know, but Mike, what do you want to apologize for in your relationship with Jaclyn?
I'm sorry I wasn't Jersey enough for you.
I accept that.
Dude,
rose.
all the times I've been to Jersey, though, when I go there, I go, I'm home. I feel like I'm home.
You wish.
Like, yeah. Where's Rutgers? What city is that?
That's New Brunswick.
Yeah,
Brunny.
New Brunswick was fun. Have you ever been there?
No.
Stress
That's
Factory.
Stress Factory's a
You
fun
Oh,
gotta
I've
go.
done that once.
Yeah.
I've
I
done
think
that
it's a,
once.
yeah.
You probably
They
did
have a
not
te-
go out.
They have a telephone on the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I love it. That's
It's a great club.
Dude, we were there and we went to this deli every single day. It was like a
Yeah.
block
Were
away.
you y'all too went?
No, I'm saying when I was
No.
there.
Oh,
I
okay.
ate there. The deli was so good. I was like, this place is fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
If
What
you
was
ever
it
go
called?
to Jersey, ask me for
No
a
idea.
whole
It's just like
place
right near the
of where to
Stress
go.
Factory. I would only be able to walk you there. I know where it is. I don't know what
It
it's
was by
called.
your hotel.
Yeah. We're right near the club, actually.
Oh, by the way, I'm be in New York City at Gotham March 7th and 8th. So
Oh, cool.
That
I'm
just
there,
got
too.
announced, so I'm excited about that. I
Awesome.
love
Nice.
Gotham.
I love Gotham.
Gotham is amazing. All right, what's your handles where people can reach out to you?
Yeah.
Her handles are right here,
right
above her
there.
waist.
Dude, you're so lame, Mike. Like,
I
that was
know.
so lame.
I like having a little
Get your hand off of her. She has a man.
It's not a sexual
It's a
touch.
friendly
But,
touch.
I mean, you shouldn't be touching
It's
another
a
man.
friendly
Right?
toucher.
Okay, a
It's just
friendly,
a friendly toucher.
It's
Friendly touch.
friendly toucher.
At least you didn't try to make me cry. That was his favorite pastime. He'd sit in the car and he'd be like, "Your dog just died." And I'm like,
Hey,
Why would
if we're
you-
gonna reveal all the bad things
I'm
about
a
each
pretty
other,
crier,
would you-
guys.
well, Jaclyn
would
used
you
to say
try to
she
ma-
hated Jewish people and Asian people. She said, "I hate Asian
love
people and Jewish
people
people."
and
black
played
people.
Mrs.
And black
Frank in a
people.
show. No,
Why would you try to make her cry?
because I'm a pretty crier.
I wanted to see.
Are you a pretty crier?
So
It's
she's
pretty
there.
nice.
Yeah,
It
that's
looks better
why.
after being red.
Oh. There you go.
She would.
You can find me at Jaclyn Marfuggi. JACLYNMARFUGGI.
You should have really changed that and made it shorter.
I know, right?
No.
Yeah, because like Jack,
But my middle name is Geraldine Nicolette. Like, where do you go from there?
like maybe
And Jaclyn Smith is already
His-
taken.
His real last name is Youngstownville, so he just cut it to Yo, Michael Yo.
oh, you're trying to be funny.
That's
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I'm-
that's right. That's why you're an
my
opener.
first time. Well, I'm
So
not.
good,
I have
so
headlining
good.
gigs at the Gotham.
Okay.
No,
And you can
it's my
find all my
first bomb
comedy
all
dates
night.
online too. We should do a show.
Your
just the
name
three of
is
us.
Youngstown
Yo.
Bill, so they call
So-
you Yo.
But why-
That is so bad. So bad.
blatant.
I'm sorry, I've been killing the whole episode. I can bomb a little bit.
Have you been killing? Really?
Yeah, I'm
Has
the
Michael
favorite
been
part of
killing?
this thing.
I don't know.
Oh my
Hey,
goodness.
also, you know, you did good tonight.
Thanks, coach.
I like being called coach. That was a little thing I liked. She would always be like,
my
thanks,
God.
coach.
Hey,
Are
never.
we serious right now?
Hey, if you want
I
me
love
on
you,
your
Main
podcast,
Space.
know you're going to get real content. All right? I'm raw. I'm raw.
All right, we're coming in hot, Michael.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break, but we're gonna come back with Brittany Furlan. You know about her; she got addicted to social media, married to Tommy Lee, and I just want to get involved.
I've never
in it.
dated her, by the way.
You haven't? Of
No.
course not. Of course not.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, we'll be right back. It's the Michael Yo Show. Just a reminder, I'm going to be in Michael Lenochi. I just found out his name is, I've known him forever, and I used to call him Lenoche. But it's Lenochi, and I just found that out.
Italian, eh?
Yeah, there you go.
Lenochi,
She gets
eh?
yeah.
Yeah, I guess everybody got Italian except me.
It's
I don't-
fine. I just don't care, you know?
Yeah, I got
Whatever. Call
yeah,
me
okay.
whatever. Just
Anyway, we'll be in Philly next Friday and Saturday. Get your
Hey, that's my
tickets.
hometown.
Really?
Is it really?
Yeah.
Tell our
Were you
people to
guys
come
doing
up.
Helium?
No, we're doing Punchline
Oh,
Philly.
Punchline.
It's a
Okay,
brand new
okay,
club
okay.
out
Oh,
there.
cool.
So dope. It's so dope. I love it. I love
Kill it.
Let's talk about you though.
Okay.
Brittany Furlan in the building right now. Yeah, not Lee yet. Not
Well,
Lee.
no, I'm married.
I know, but not.
I haven't like changed it.
Are you a type of woman that doesn't want to change it?
I kind of don't want to because I just feel like it's such a bitch to go through and change all your shit. Like
Yeah.
you have to go change your license, which means I gotta go to the DMV, and I'm like not trying to do that. You know, like I love my husband, but
You're not living that
not
life.
that much.
I
You
didn't
know
know
what I
you
mean?
had
I'm just
to-
kidding.
life.
I didn't know you had to do things. I thought it just changed automatically.
That's what I thought. You have to.
serious?
For real, I-
Wait,
no,
you didn't.
obviously
don't
not on
agree
the
with
license,
that.
No, I
not on the
am.
license, but I just thought like, okay, I'm good.
No,
Like,
I literally
yeah.
thought the same thing.
No,
I
don't-
thought once you got married and signed
It
that,
changed by
Yeah.
itself.
that I would become immediately.
magically, like in Back to the Future, when things disappear, like you just pull out your license and it just appears like that.
Well, I thought
Maybe
because
that's
once
how
you
it would
signed the
happen.
marriage contract, I thought like they submit it to like the elves that work at the
yeah,
marriage contract.
yeah.
Okay, and then they like the little elves go in there like, okay, time to change it. You know, like that's what I.
Yeah.
Thought.
Okay. So, how do you like the married life?
I love it.
Yeah?
It's kind of crazy because it's not that different than what it was before. You know, it's
And how
not like
long-
anything changed.
How long did y'all date before?
Like 2 years.
2 years, and then you
Yeah.
got married.
Yeah.
You got married quick too.
Quick, yeah, we got married
On
quick.
Valentine's Day.
We got married on Valentine's Day. Our honeymoon's coming up like this coming month.
Our
Valentine's Day.
our anniversary's coming up as well.
Are you
we got
Valentine's
married
Day?
on Valentine's Day.
Oh, this is a great.
All right, we're gonna have
episode
to
for me.
we're gonna have to fight.
I
I
know,
gotta
we're-
leave this podcast
That's right. Because why did you get married on that day?
because my husband's like a really like hopeless romantic, and he just like loves Valentine. I mean, look at my ring; it's a freaking heart.
Oh my God.
Because
that's beautiful.
I'm so not like girly, but he was like he's so like romantic that
Is he more sensitive than you?
I don't know if he's more sensitive, but he's definitely very romantic. He likes to plan stuff and make stuff really sweet, and I'm like,
Reminds me of
damn,
myself.
cute.
it's really cute.
Wow,
yeah,
you're
yeah. So he
adorable.
wanted to get married on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Aw.
See, Mike, that's what love looks like. This right here.
Yeah.
Are you
I don't
alone?
know. Yeah, I like being alone.
She could tell. She got the
I can
alone
smell
vibe.
Because you can see how happy I am.
He's just like eating Prozac under
Yeah.
the table. I'm like, you okay, dude? You all right? I'm dead.
That's awesome, Val. So, what are y'all doing for your anniversary?
I don't know. I want to like.
Does he surprise you that day?
He does. So I kind of can't really plan anything because if I try to plan something, I'll be like, "Yo, we're gonna go to like Ojai," and he's like, "Oh, really?" Then I'll just cancel the trip to Egypt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he is so much more baller than
See,
I
this
am.
is what I don't like about what you just said is that like dudes on your anniversary have to plan stuff. Y'all don't plan stuff for us.
Well, I do.
Do you?
I mean, like his birthdays and stuff. I
no,
go
no, no,
all
I'm
out.
saying anniversary.
Oh,
It's a
anniversary?
two-way street here. We
I get
both
him-
got married that day.
True.
So you,
Should I be getting you a gift?
Yes. I'm like my wife. Like, I mean,
Do you really want her planning it? Don't you want to be in
I
control
want to
of that?
plan something, but they should bring something.
Fine, they could bring something, but like you
present.
want to like otherwise
Of
you're gonna be
course.
bored out of your mind.
Of course. What?
If
No,
they
my wife
plan
has
it-
great. What?
All right,
Oh,
good
you don't
stick
think
up
a
for it.
woman can plan something fun?
Well,
This
you
is
don't
why
put
he's
words
single.
in my mouth. That's not what I was saying,
Well,
but
what
yeah,
were you
kind of actually, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's him. That's not me. Anything Michael Lenochi
Yeah.
says on this podcast has nothing to do with me.
love
Anyway,
it.
so I want to talk, and I've
Okay.
never heard
Yeah.
because you have a TV show on E, right? I mean,
Well,
they showed it,
I did the E True Hollywood story about like, you know, the
social media addiction.
social media addiction. And then, you know, what was so funny though, when they came to me, they're like, we're just doing a story about social media. They weren't even like really telling me the whole
course not.
deal. And then later it came out like addicted to fame. And I was like, what? I was like, you guys didn't even.
So annoying to do that.
I'm like, addicted to fame. I moved to Calabasas. Like, if
Yeah.
I was addicted to fame, I would like live in it. I'm like, what the hell?
So that was really something for you, where you were addicted to the numbers.
I mean,
Or did they blow it out? Of
they
proportion?
kind of wanted. I wasn't really addicted to them. I loved what I did, and I loved that I was getting paid so much money to do funny videos. So I guess, you know, if you're doing something you love and you're getting paid a crazy amount of money to do it, of course you're gonna fucking want to do more of
Yeah,
it. You
of
know,
course,
why
yeah.
would you not want to? That's like, you know, you doing what you do and people going, oh my God, I'm gonna throw all this money at you for you to have fun. You'd be like, hell yeah. I don't ever want this to stop, you know? Because
So-
for me, it was so second nature.
So on Vine, you had over 10 million people, right? And then Vine goes away.
Right.
And you knew you had to transfer to
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
What was the disconnect you feel? Because you went down to 2 million, which is
I
still
know.
tons of
No,
people.
it's bad though compared to all the other Viners who have like 7, 8, 9, 10, like all these other Viners.
What do you think happened?
I didn't really promote me going to Instagram. I was one of the first people to leave Vine before it ended. I left a year before it ended, and I didn't get on Vine and go, hey, follow me on Instagram, you know, because I hated that. I didn't want to be thirsty. You know, I thought people know where to find you.
Yeah. If
someone,
they're diehard fans,
yeah,
they'll
if
find
they
you.
really care, they know where to find
It's
you.
all about
So
thirst,
out of
girl.
10 million people, only 2.5 people actually really cared about me. So that was fine.
So you
still
found your real
good,
audience.
though.
Yeah. I mean, we would beg for that.
It
I
was
mean, we have like
cool.
3 followers apiece. So
Stop.
No,
No,
but it's a thing where, but I would imagine since your content went from 10 million to 2.5, in your mind is like, okay, what am I doing different? What am I doing wrong? How do I get more
Yeah.
people?
I think I know a lot of it was I did a lot of risky stuff. I did a lot of dumb stuff. I did a lot of characters that weren't my race. And then all that all this like millennial generation, which I'm a millennial, so I can't even really talk shit on it. They kind of came forward and were like, you shouldn't be portraying people that you're not the race of, you know, fuck you. Like
Yeah.
all these people started giving me a hard time.
What
and-
was the character or thing you did you got the most slack for?
I mean, probably like Ghetto Dora, because she was like Hispanic and I was playing. But really, what I was just doing was making a joke that if Dora the Explorer was ghetto.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't even like
Yeah.
talking shit on people who were Hispanic or anything. It was literally just like me doing a ghetto version of Dora the Explorer. Like, can you find the crackhead? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, did you hear those gunshots? Like, you know, point out the heroin
Like
needle.
Eddie Murphy did
is
with
funny.
Mr. Rogers'
Yeah.
Neighborhood.
Yeah,
You know?
it's just a spoof.
Yeah.
And but people take everything so personally that it's like it just sucks the fun out of it. And
So have you changed on Instagram
oh
now?
God, I just make fun of myself now because I'm
Yeah,
like,
you
if
have
you
to.
can't. But then like people who like look like me get offended or like act like me, then they're like, I'm kind of have the same disorders as you, and I'm offended. It's like you can't win, honestly. Like there's no winning in,
What
in
happened
it.
to
I think
people?
people just got really sensitive. Don't
the
you
younger-
think?
yeah.
Comedians. I mean,
Is
you
it
guys
the
are
younger
comedians.
generation?
Yeah, 100%.
They're all about being
I
politically
see,
correct.
here's the thing. I
Bro,
don't
it's not
think,
like my dad. It's not our
It's not our
it's not the
parent-
baby
No,
boomers.
no.
They're not
but
getting
I
offended.
think it's we're older than you, but I think
Yeah.
it's like I'm a little bit older than you, but I think it's me and you, our generation, because the millennials, they don't have enough. What is millennials now? What
Millennials,
age is
like,
that? To 25, 30?
Yeah.
well, I think
Yes.
I would be the first millennial, 35.
Yeah.
Okay, then
Like
it's
84
you.
It was 84
It's
to-
you.
84 to like
like
94.
It's your
Yeah.
people.
I don't know. I don't that like my friends back home don't have a problem with being sensitive about
Yeah,
things.
I
and
think
they have
if
kids.
you land in that 25-year-old, because I was thinking they were younger than that.
Yeah.
They're sensitive, but if you can't control pocketbooks, it doesn't matter.
But
People won't care. So it has to be between 25 and 34.
That's never gonna go away. I think it's also just like you weren't able to be in front of someone's face the way you were in the last 10 years. Like, so maybe people would have been sensitive to stuff in the 90s or something, but it's just like you have people in middle America or wherever that just want to grab onto something and voice their opinion maybe.
But something
You know what I mean?
happened, don't you think?
I
Because
do too.
it wasn't
What
like
was it?
this before.
No, it wasn't at all.
Like literally, 10 to 20 years ago, you could say pretty much whatever you wanted. And
Didn't
if
make
you were
it
a
right,
comedian,
though.
but if
Didn't
you
make
were
it
a
right, but I
comedian,
see what
people
you're
assumed you were joking,
Yeah.
and they didn't take it as seriously because they're like, oh, they're a comedian. Their job is to make people laugh. It's not always going to be funny to you, but they're saying it in jest. So it's kind of.
I feel that like I see reporters. They'll go to a comedy show, like a Dave Chappelle show,
Sure.
a D'Elia show, or
Yeah.
whoever, right? And then they'll write a review of that stand-up. When we go on stage, no matter if it's a big audience, small, we're working out stuff.
Yeah.
That's like, to me, that's like a reporter turning in their first draft and going, and print this.
Yeah.
There's mistakes in it. There's all, like, when you see a comedian on stage, if it's not their special,
Right.
these are rough drafts.
trying
So you
stuff
shouldn't
out.
even grade those.
Yeah.
You need to grade the special. That's the only time reporters should be able to grade anything, because we're working out stuff. We don't know if it's going to work or
But even
not.
that, it's like you're a comedian. It's not to hurt people. It's
Yeah.
to make a joke. And sometimes people cope by making jokes about situations that are difficult.
But me and Michael both know comedians that
Take it too far.
take it too far,
Whoa.
where it's not even funny. They just
Okay,
want to
do
be
you guys
mean.
want to talk about what just happened with?
Sure.
Are we allowed to say it? Or
Yeah,
no?
no, we know what we're talking about, and I don't want to.
Because you're friends with him.
I'm not.
Because I was like, damn.
Here's the deal. Listen, I'm all for a
A
comedian.
comedian unknown. We'll just
all
say
right,
unknown.
I'm all for a comedian because he's not here to defend himself. So
Yeah,
I'm all for a
100%.
comedian tweeting a joke, going on stage and saying a joke, but you made your bed. You can't get up. If people want to get mad at you, that's fine. That's the art. You could do that. This motherfucker didn't do a joke.
No.
That's not a joke. So then now I even tweeted about it. I was like, now you're just spreading hateful and you're being insensitive.
There was
That's
no
what that is.
punchline
There's
in
no,
that. I was
if you were doing it as a joke and there was a punchline and it didn't hit and then people are attacking, I'm like, oh well, whatever. That's the battle you wanted to play.
Well,
that's your style
That
of comedy.
was so gnarly, though.
Yeah,
It was
it's just
terrible,
like-
wasn't
It
it?
was gnarly.
Yeah, I don't. That's why I was like, I don't care. I'm gonna. I didn't tag him, but I was just like, yo, you know what I mean? Like Tony put out a tweet. That's fine. He's allowed to. That's
Tony
his brand.
Hinchcliffe.
That's his brand
He's
too.
so gnarly too, but
Yeah.
But that's his
everyone
brand.
knows he's gnarly.
But also, it was a joke, and it was a good joke. So I'm not, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. But then there's young comics that will tweet. I'm like, yo,
Well, I think
if Anthony Jeselnik's not making a joke, then you shouldn't, because
Shouldn't be,
he's
yeah.
the best of the best at it.
Absolutely.
You know what
but
I mean?
his joke he wrote about James
Don't we
Corden.
have- yeah.
it was like, did you see that one?
He said,
He's like, if I didn't think that, because I guess Comedy Central sent out a tweet that said, now after the Daily Show, the Late Late Show with James Corden is going to air. And Anthony Jeselnik wrote, and I thought today couldn't get any worse.
yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Yeah, but
that's fine.
It's fine.
And it's not even a Kobe
It's
joke.
not even reference.
Why do people kind of not like James Corden? 'Cause
I've never heard
I hear
anyone
that from
not
a
liking
lot.
him.
I hear that from a
I
lot
think
of people.
he's so talented. The dude can
Yeah.
sing.
Yeah.
The dude.
I don't
like,
watch him enough, so I don't.
I don't watch. All I know is carpool
I hear
karaoke.
people talk so much shit on him.
But
Well,
people talk shit about
If,
everything.
True,
if you're doing
true.
well, then they're gonna talk shit.
Yeah, when they
True.
don't talk about you is when you need to be
Before
like.
we
True.
go too far,
Yeah, let's get back
what
to the
would-
comedian thing.
Well, I was gonna even go after to her when you were doing your Vine thing. But
Oh my gosh.
what was the one thing you would like drive around and say something and film people?
Yeah.
What were you doing?
I would like go up to guys because girls always like, I personally, when I lived in Hollywood on Melrose, I would walk on Melrose and guys would be like, "Oh baby, damn!" Like when they walk by me and shit. And I was
yeah.
like, well, what if I do that to a guy? So I started pulling up on dudes and be like, "Oh damn, look at that ass," and like filming them and shit, and they'd be like, "What?"
So I was walking
So
down
shook.
Santa Monica Boulevard one time, and this is when Vine was blowing up, and she was blowing up, and I remember she did it to me, and I
I
go,
did
no,
to you?
I go, no, don't post that. I'm a comedian. I yelled at you in the
I do
car.
it to you?
Yeah, I yelled at you in the car. You didn't post it. You're like, you started laughing because
Oh,
I
actually, I
called
think
you
I
out.
remember
It was like
that.
on Santa Monica near Target, and I was like, no, don't
Yeah.
post that. I'm a comic.
Yeah.
Don't make me look stupid. and you just went
I
like this.
kinda
You did
remember
it, and you went, and you just like were laughing at like someone caught you like. I don't know if that happens to you a lot, where people are like,
kinda
"Oh, you're
remember.
Brittany," And I was like, "Yeah."
They
Not
would.
me. I'm not gonna be the butt of your joke.
That's
I'm a
funny.
comedian.
You're like, "Fuck you! I got a Netflix special coming out. You dumb bitch! I don't care about your dumbass Vine shit. Go kill yourself." Yeah,
You know
no,
what I mean?
really.
I just thought that was hilarious.
That's funny. Actually,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
totally
yeah.
remember that
yeah.
now. That's
I mean, what was that? 8
funny.
years ago or something?
8
Whatever.
years ago. Wow.
Yeah.
And did you guys hear about the new Vine Bite?
No.
It literally came out yesterday.
What is it?
It's called Bite.
What is that?
It's literally from the creators of Vine. It's a 6-second looping app. It's Vine. It's called Bite. BYTE. They're trying to bring back. They're trying to bring back Vine, but
Which platform do you like better?
I love TikTok.
Okay.
I'm fucking addicted. I'm like a
Now, are you big on
33-year-old
TikTok?
woman on TikTok. I
like
have like
watching it.
700,000 followers on there,
Damn.
but like I'm just playing. Like I'm not even trying to.
She's
Yeah,
not
what are
even
you doing?
trying. She has
Are you
700,000.
so? What's
I
the
don't
thing
even
that
know
people
what
do?
I know
I
what
watch
TikTok
it. I
is.
think
Dude,
it's very
funny as
entertaining.
shit. Some stuff is so
entertaining.
funny. Some stuff stupid as
So
shit.
what
though.
is it? Like I sound so old
No,
right
Yeah.
listen.
Oh, wait till you use it. You'll
If
feel even older.
listen, if you got on TikTok, listen, my husband is 57 years old, and I was like, babe, you got to download TikTok. He's like, it's for babies. I was like, well, I'm a baby, and I want you to watch it. And he was like, okay, fine. He was so mad. He is on there every fucking day, just fucking
Yeah.
like laugh. Like this is a guy who fucking hates that, like hated it.
Makes me laugh,
But you
too.
get addicted to it because people do. What's weird, what's so crazy about it is whatever video you like, then they find videos similar to that and they
keep sending
fill
to you.
up your
Yeah.
For You page with stuff that's similar to that. They're so smart, and then all the videos like become everything you like. You get the best content.
Okay,
There's some
so-
very
like,
talented people on there
There
too.
really are.
It's-
So-
that's what's surprising.
So, what are the best? Because you know the big comedians. What
Yeah.
are the best things you've seen from comedians, or comedians really having?
They're not really big comedians.
Yeah, it's
on
just
there.
like it's
more
like
just like
younger
regular
college
people.
kids, maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like the one where they'll use a sound sample.
Oh, dude,
Those
so
are
funny.
popular ones.
Yeah, there
So
was this
funny.
one where two girls were yelling and the dad came in, and
Yeah.
people on the other side were putting in like.
Oh,
different-
that's the reveal one. They'll do that, but there's ones like, let's say there's a TikTok will go viral,
Yeah.
and then they'll use the audio from that and apply it on a video they just made.
Dude,
Does
it's
that make sense?
fucking
Yes.
awesome.
Okay.
So you can do what's cool about it is you can do your take of like, so someone will, for instance, like what he
Yeah.
said, they'll use an audio, and then if you get another idea from that audio, then you film it and you can use the same sound,
Yeah.
and then you can look at what everyone's done with it, which
You
is
know,
kind
and
of cool.
if
Yes.
the more people look at it, it'll throw you up higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the biggest thing you've done on TikTok then?
I did a video where, let me see. This is so funny. I do some with my husband on. I force him to be in my TikTok videos sometimes.
Does he get more viewers than you just by yourself?
Of course, if he's in the video, people are like, "Oh my god!" Or they'll be like, "That guy looks like Tommy Lee," and like they'll be like, "Tell that guy to stop pretending he's Tommy Lee." Like they don't
Oh,
realize
man.
that I married Tommy Lee.
Yeah.
They're like, "That guy's a Tommy Lee wannabe." I'm like, "Y'all are fucking
It's all the older people too.
stupid."
Like,
Probably like the
So you're pretty active on there.
totally. Yeah, like I'm a total loser. Anyway, we'll do like fun little like dumb shit on there, and we just have fun. We're like, I'll prank him. Like, okay, here's an instant. Here's
Okay.
a for instance. Here's one of them. Okay, I'm gonna actually do it. I'm gonna do it to you.
Okay.
Okay, so if you had to choose, would you rather eat a baby goat or a matter baby?
What's the second one?
Would you rather eat a baby goat or a matter baby?
a matter baby? What's a matter baby?
Nothing, baby. Nothing, baby.
I saw that as soon as you said it. I go, oh, no.
That's TikTok.
There you go. Yeah.
Everyone just deletes it immediately. They're like, "Well, I definitely don't want to go on there. Definitely won't be going on
You
there."
have convinced me not to go.
So I did that to my
It's so dumb.
husband, and he would not fucking say "What's the matter, baby?" And it was so funny because he didn't even know the joke, but he
was
just
just like,
wouldn't say it.
"Probably
He
a
was
baby
like,
goat."
"Yeah, he's Greek, so he's like, he's Greek, so he's eaten goat before." And he's like, "I kind of like goats," and I'm like, "What the fuck, you fucking psycho!"
Do you think he knew
Ruining
the
the
joke?
simple
though?
joke.
Do you think
No,
knew-
he didn't know the joke.
So you saw this on TikTok, people doing that?
Yes, and then I did my own
Hey,
version of
buddy,
it.
Come in. Okay,
Is this your
maybe-
son?
Okay.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was.
okay.
He's not
was
even-
like,
he
"What's
was
going on
no."
in
He's
here?"
like, Lenochi's here. Never mind. Click.
Dead. He's like, "There's that weird lonely guy." I don't want to
Still
take
chewing
any
on
of
those
that.
Prozacs?
I don't want to suck in any of that energy. I'm too young for that.
So did you get the idea from
So
TikTok?
someone else did it,
And-
so that's what happens. People will do something
Yeah.
on there, and then you'll do your version of it, and then a bunch of people do their version of it. It's funny
And
because you
just
see
your version
everyone's
happens to have Tommy Lee. in it.
exactly.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So
Or like a
it's fun.
song will be popular like that.
Right.
That song. Yeah, so everybody started doing
Get
like
out the
some
coop
little,
with the
yeah,
guy.
that one. So that
But
song
see, you
was
know what?
huge.
You know what? I love how you said I'm on it all the time. That's your
Yeah.
business.
I just
though.
have
Yeah.
fun. I just have fun. I'm just never gonna stop having fun.
Enjoying life,
Like
yeah.
people are like, "This bitch is 33 and she's still making videos." I'm like, "Bitch, I will be 85 and still making
making videos.
videos."
Yeah.
Like,
It's better than
I'll be like
sitting
on my
in a
deathbed.
cubicle.
Yeah, I'll be on my deathbed like, and then like,
Yeah.
R.I.P. bitch.
When did you realize you had a talent for it? Because it's hard. Like he tours with Chris D'Elia.
I
Chris
know.
D'Elia is phenomenal at it.
He's
But,
got
like,
his
I think
thumb on
he
it.
hates me.
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
Why would he hate you?
I don't know. I
No,
think
he
hates
doesn't
me.
at all.
Okay, so my thing is like, 'cause no matter what I did, I can't sit here and think of great content for that. But he's so good at it, you know.
Yeah.
Like, when did you realize? Oh shit, I got a talent for this.
You know what was so weird is like I was always just like a psycho and I couldn't sit still in school. And then I came to LA and I just tried to do stand up and I would like hang out at the Comedy Store and like do open mics and stuff. And like I met Chris and all these people. Like Gerard Carmichael used to like walk my dogs.
Yeah.
Like
Wow.
this is back in the day, like at the Comedy Store. And we were all doing
How
open
old
mics.
were you then?
I was probably 18.
Wow.
And I'm 33 now, so this was a long
15
time
years ago.
Yeah. So like Gerard was to like walk my dogs. I mean, I used to date Josh Adam Myers. We lived together. Like it's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I've been in the scene for a while. But so yeah, so then I would try to do stand up, but I have like really bad anxiety, and so it's very hard for me to perform sometimes, especially in front of a lot of people because it just takes so much out of me. So I was like, what can I do where I can perform, but I don't have to be in front of people personally? And so when Vine came out, I was like, this is so fun because I don't have to leave my house.
Yeah.
Just feed my agoraphobia. I'm like, yay, I can just suffer in my agoraphobia at home. And it was perfect. And so I would just make these videos and it was my way to let my, whatever comedic expression out. But I never thought it would turn into anything. I was just having fun.
So how, because like with YouTube and different platforms, the money is starting to get lower and lower and lower.
Oh God, it's gotten so. Guys, listen, and I'm not trying to brag or anything. I used to get paid $100,000 a 6-second video.
Shut up.
$100,000 for a 6-second video.
Was it about a product?
Yeah,
Or-
Wendy's,
Coke or something,
Wendy's, Procter and Gamble products.
$100,000 for 6 seconds?
One 6-second video. Well, because if you think about it, my video loops would get like between 1 and 2 million views, or 3 million views, or 4 million.
Yeah.
They're called loops. They were called loops. And so Wendy's, a company like Wendy's, is thinking, I only got to pay her $100,000 to get 3 million eyes.
As opposed to a television
As
show on
opposed to a-
NBC, which is skin the same amount of eyes.
Which is they're gonna have to pay for a commercial.
Million,
A commercial on TV is gonna be millions of dollars. So they were actually really smart, and they went, if I can get more eyeballs for a cheap ass amount of money, I'm gonna do it. And so all these brands, I'm telling you, Benefit Cosmetics, Procter and Gamble, Burger King, Domino's, Pizza Hut, Wendy's, like I worked with everybody, and they were all just like cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. It was fucking amazing. And then
How long did that last for?
about 2 years. So I was like balling. I mean, I saved my money, so I'm still like good, So, but it was kind of crazy because what happened then was the influencer space started to get saturated, and then people started learning how to hack the influencer space, buy followers, buy loops, buy revines, hack Vine, hack Instagram started doing video, and then all these people got all these followers, and they were buying followers, and then up came all these random influencers, like bikini models that you've never heard of, these
Selling protein
Instagram
shakes
girls.
and
Yeah.
teas.
These girls, like,
because
fit,
their
they're
followers
showing
are
their butt.
men.
like they're really just doing coke, but they're like fit tummy tea. You know what I mean? Like it's like, no, bitch, you have a gnarly coke addiction. Like I know you personally. So then what happened was these people all came along and they kind of oversaturated the market, and what they started doing was taking less money for the same job. So these girls would be posting half naked photos, obviously getting tons of views and likes and stuff. And so companies would be like, oh, well, I can just pay this bitch $2,000 and she'll take it because she's thirsty. Jesus. And so then that fucking ruined everything.
So, really, I'm sure you're still making some money, but is it mainly now you're just doing it for fun?
I make money, I do my podcast, I do ads a lot on Instagram, I do all kinds of stuff. So the money is not what it was, but I make enough, obviously, to my husband's very wealthy too, so it's not like I'm, paying rent, but I do pay for all my own bills and stuff like that. So it is enough to.
You don't want to you never want to do like an evening with Brittany, like at like a live show where you
did do a live show. I did the improv.
Oh, okay.
I did. Yeah, I did my worst first live. I did that live, but to be honest, I got paid $250. Yeah, and I was like, okay. And it was just like a bunch of people, and I was like, I'm not gonna doesn't make sense to me to take all that effort, especially the anxiety I have of performing live. My agents want me to tour.
Well,
But,
yeah,
like-
Yeah, but that's
I'll
different if
say
you're
it,
getting like
my-
90% of the door.
My
yeah.
friend Kelty Knight, she started Lady
I've
Game.
heard of her. Yes.
Lady
It
Game
was on E,
podcast.
right?
Yeah,
I was on that.
She's on Entertainment Tonight
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
And like they tour, they sell out places,
Wow.
and they're not getting $250. They're getting,
No.
I mean, they're probably like 5 to 10.
Like even the guy from
15,000.
the guy who was on a couple weeks ago from the show on Netflix that where they rebuild the houses. What's it called?
Oh shoot! Whoa.
The gay guys.
Oh, Jonathan.
Karamo Brown.
Oh.
So the guy with the but the guy on the show with the
Jonathan
long
Vaness.
hair.
Jonathan Vaness.
He tours. We've been in cities, and he's doing a theater, selling out 2 theater shows, and he doesn't do stand up. He like does yoga. He's just doing a lot. Bro, this
He
guy's
just like
making
flicks his dick around. They're
Yeah.
like, okay,
hundreds of thousands.
$250,000.
Yeah.
No,
I
but
don't know.
all you got to do is create an hour show.
I know.
And then
Be
just
talking.
like your podcast, but then have guests
Yeah.
come, and then you pay those guests like a couple $1,000 because you're getting probably like
Yeah.
$100,000.
I'm like
telling
my
you.
worst enemy though, guys, because I just have debilitating anxiety about live performance. I don't know what it is.
What if it was talking?
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
performing to her,
it's just
though.
being in front of, getting on a stage
Yeah.
for some reason for me, even though like I do acting and I do movies and stuff like that, for some reason, getting on a stage in front of a group of people and having to be like, I have to make these people laugh. Like I do it, but it takes so much out of me and stresses me out so much. I don't know why.
It's not worth it.
Well,
That
yeah.
it's
At the end of
almost
the day,
like-
if you're not having fun, don't do something.
it gives me so much, like, I'm like, like I love hiding behind my little computer or like my podcast studio or like a set, you know what I mean? Being on a
But
set.
I mean, I know it's not a big studio, like
Right.
audience watching your podcast, but like you interview tons of people.
Right.
But that's like, I mean, that's the same
I
thing.
know.
You doing
I mean, I could do it. I did the live show at the Improv and it went really, really well. I had Becky Robinson as my worst.
Another ex of mine.
Oh my
Is
god.
she your ex?
Before
Years
the
ago,
girl
yeah.
that left was his ex too.
Stop. Why are you
just dated.
dating everybody?
When you
I know,
first start
Michael,
out in
you-
comedy, you can only date other comedians.
Oh my
you know
god,
what I mean?
I'm dead.
Like
This microphone's your
it's
ex.
different.
He's like, can you not get so close to the microphone? I can't. Oh my god, wow. That's true. A lot of comedians.
when you
it's
first start out, like
incestuous,
that's
yeah.
what that's. You
Did
have
you
no
date
money.
a lot of comedians?
I only dated Josh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, after that, you know.
I was traumatized. I was like, no, he's awesome.
No,
he's
he is,
nice.
yeah.
He's
He's my
great.
buddy.
He's
Josh.
the best. He's sweet. He's a fucking raspy ass voice. He's hilarious.
So your podcast, you talked about your
Yeah.
podcast. Tell us about it.
So Worst First came about, and I did it. I started doing it as like a YouTube series where I was interviewing like a bunch of just YouTubers, and I was asking about the worst shit that's ever happened to them, and they were telling all these funny stories. It actually started with me because I was going on so many bad dates when I was single, and I was like, this is unfucking believable, the shit that would happen to me. So I started telling these stories about the worst shit that I'd ever been through, and people were like, we want more. And then obviously I ran out of fucking stories. I'm
Yeah.
like, how much bad shit can I go through? You know what I mean? Like, what do you guys want me to get hit by a
creating bad
fucking
shit,
bus
right?
so I like have a story? So then I started bringing people on, and then Studio 71 came to me and were like, we want to give you a deal to do a podcast. This is amazing. And so I was like, okay. So we did it we're doing it as a podcast, and it's just been doing really great.
What do you do if a guest is awful?
I actually am so good at talking, and I have so much trauma that I can bring
Okay.
up kind of anything. Like
Yeah.
I'll be like, okay, you're not going to tell a story. I'll dig up some deep shit and I'll tell something, you know? I've had guests come on totally unprepared where they'll be like, you know, I've never really had a bad experience. And I'm like, really, bitch?
That's gonna be me tomorrow.
Really?
My life is great.
My life's really great. Like, I've never been through anything traumatic. I'm like, really, dude? Nothing, not even a bad date? I don't really go on dates. Really? Really? Like, nothing. Like, some.
No, I get it. Well, I've interviewed bad people too.
Ugh,
and
it's
then
like
you're
pulling
just
teeth.
sitting there. But like you said, if you can talk,
Yeah.
you could just.
Oh, I
it's
could
almost
talk
like
forever.
you're podcasting to yourself, and if they chime in, they're your guests.
Yeah,
But if they
I'm just
chime
like ba 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 ba. They're like, what is she doing? I'm just talking to myself. Beep it up, up, boop, boop.
So when you, what do y'all like
So
to do
retarded.
at the house? You and Tommy.
We like to fuck. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Everyone's like,
That's what
my
we wanna
dad,
do.
he's like, all right, that's when I stop listening. My dad just tunes out. My dad will be like your biggest subscriber. My dad like watches everything I do.
Does he really?
Yes.
What does he do? Does he have a
He
job?
just comments
My
on every.
mom's
No,
like
he's
that,
fucking
too.
retired. He's like my biggest supporter. Like
Well,
every.
that's nice.
It's really
So
sweet.
where
Where's
does
he
he
live?
not be in touch?
He lives in Philly. Or actually, no, he lives in Harrisburg now. But it's so funny because I'll post something and like the first comment will be like, "Good job, Brittany." I'm like, "Dad, what the fuck?" Like
me bending over.
it's really sweet. Yeah. Like my titties are out.
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm very proud of you." I'm like,
You got that from your dad.
I did get my titties
Yeah.
from my dad. My dad's like 350 pounds. He's got nice titties. What can I say?
There you
Yeah.
go. So do you like reality shows? What are you into?
What do we do at the house?
Or
Is that what
what
you're
are you
asking me?
into?
Reality shows?
Yeah.
You
What
know,
do you
I don't
like to do?
I don't really watch a lot of TV. I like just sitting. I like literally Tommy and I'll be at the house and he loves to cook and so he'll like make me food all the time and
I'm
like.
living the
Can
dream.
I marry him too?
Dude, he's such a nice guy. Like I should have brought him today, but he was working out. He's such a cool, nice person and just very loving and just funny. And yeah, he just is rad. Like all day he'll be like, we'll go to the grocery store and buy like fresh produce and we'll plan like what we're going to have for dinner and then we'll cook it together and, have a nice dinner. Every night we have dinner together. We sit at a table and have dinner and yeah, it's fun. Like he's just a very positive, fun person, honestly. And we watch shows. We go out to dinners together. We hang out. We just play. Like I'll be making dumb videos. He'll come make fun of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'll be like, "Oh my God, she's making another video." It's just funny. He's a cool dude.
Sweet. Like you're in love.
Yeah.
You can tell.
He's a really cool dude. You know what's the best about it is that it's more than like just being like attracted and in like love with someone is that he's my best friend too. That's what's so cool when you can be friends with somebody that outlives everything.
It does.
Then there's gonna be a point when you look at your partner and you're like not so rad anymore. You know what I mean? Like the fucking tits look like dried up raisins and shit like that. But if she's funny and you get along, that's what makes it
Like
last.
me and my wife, best friends.
Yeah.
Like first. Michael, you need to look for a best friend.
Yeah,
All
you
my
need a
best friends are
BFF.
guys right now.
Well, you gotta fuck one of them. You gotta get in a relationship.
Get in there,
Maybe
Mike.
that's what it is.
Get it well
No,
timed.
I've always known that through. I mean, I've dated so many different types of girls, or the way, like, because of sexual attraction, because I was good friends with them, and it's just like, yeah, that's the one that matters the most. Is like the best relationship I've had, or with someone I was friends with, and then we hooked up.
That's the best.
And then it like,
And then what happened? And then it crashed and burned.
yeah, it crashed and burned.
Well,
But,
he's
like,
not ready, but
yeah.
he's honest. He's
How
like,
old are you again?
35, but I'm on the road a lot. Like I just don't want to right now.
You don't want to be in a
Like,
relationship.
I wasn't ready
just
till I
like
was
focus.
37.
Yeah, stand up is.
Wow.
I just stand up and then like.
Yeah.
I'm having fun.
Yeah.
What's the age difference between y'all?
25 years.
25 years.
Yeah.
Well, there you
Which
go.
is so
So
crazy.
Did your parents kind of freak out?
No, my dad's like my dad's like 67. Yeah, so like, I mean, here's the thing. When I didn't even realize he was that much older than me because he looks so good. Like I'll bring him whatever.
Yeah, is he still ripped and everything?
He's in great shape. He's like a fucking rail. He's got great hair. He's got great facial features. Like he looks great. He's really healthy. He fucking juices every fucking morning. He's just like got a huge fucking
That was
wiener.
what I
Yeah,
said. I
I
was
know.
like,
I
you're
heard you.
gonna-
He just takes really like he's just fit. And so I actually had no idea his age because I didn't fucking Google it.
Yeah.
You know. And then when we started hanging out, he's so playful and funny and honestly like not very mature.
Yeah.
So I think age is a state of mind.
Yeah,
You know,
no, you're right.
And
Sure,
I don't
sure.
think of it like
I think once you're over a certain age.
yeah.
You know, like my wife, when I got married, we're only 12 years apart, but
Yeah.
I was 40 and she was 28.
yeah.
You know, so to me, that's perfect.
It's perfect.
Because I couldn't imagine, and I may get it, but two people that are over 40 chasing around these kids.
Yeah.
Like, they would be dead by now. I don't have enough energy.
Yeah.
And I know my wife has so much energy because she's a lot younger than me.
Yeah,
so.
and I mean, like I'm 33. It's not like I'm like an infant, you know.
Yeah.
And like it's kind of funny because guys, when I'm because I'm a 33-year-old woman. If I was single right now, my girlfriends that are 33, guys that are in their 40s don't want to date a 33-year-old because they're like, this bitch is getting up
that's
there.
literally how I feel. Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like, this bitch is getting up here.
No,
she's trying to get married.
I
She's
think
trying to
that
have
all the time.
babies. And they avoid us like the fucking plague. So my girlfriends who are my age are like, dude, you are so lucky because guys in their 40s and like almost in your 50s, they literally will not go out with 33-year-old women because they think that there's some fucking clock
Well, they
ticking.
know, but they also know, like, when you date a woman that's 33, she's not there for games.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
It's like, is this going to be real
like
or
on the
not?
first date, she's like, oh, we get married.
You know what? On my first date, I told my wife because I've lived my life, and on our first date, we got set up by a mutual friend, and the whole agreement was, this is serious. I'm not trying to just So on the first day, I looked at her. I go, if you're not,
Bitch, you gonna marry me?
That's
She's
right.
like,
What? I go, if
You
you're
were
not,
being the woman in it.
If you, no. I was just being honest because
Yeah.
I didn't want. I was done with dating because I've
Sure.
dated. You know,
it's exhausting.
It's exhausting. So I go on the first day and I say, the first thing I say is, if you're not willing to get married and have kids in the future, then there's no sense in, we can have a nice lunch date, but that's it. Because what if they don't want to ever get married, or what if they don't want kids?
Sure.
So then I can just clear that off instead of finding out 4 or 5 months later when I've already invested my time.
It's definitely easier for guys like your friends who are 33. Like it's harder for them because like guys, we don't have the biological clock. We can date a girl in their, you know what I mean? Like a 33-year-old's like, hey, there's only so much time. Like I want to meet someone. They have to be less picky a little bit.
It's really sad. So I'm actually so grateful. And also, like, he already has kids. That's already done. Like, I'm not trying to have kids.
Yeah.
I'm a kid. So I'm like, mentally. So I'm like,
kids in you.
Yeah. Like, I just don't want to
characters.
stress about that. And, like, I just want to have someone I can have fun with. And he's that person. So. But he has more energy than I do, which is fucking bananas. Like, this dude gets up at 8 a.m. He's all, good morning. I'm all, fucking, I need 3 more hours of sleep. Like, and then he'll stay up all night, like, do. And I'm like, I'm tired by 10.
Why is the older? I feel like the older you get, the less you have to sleep. Is that that's true, right?
Can I tell you what my grandma used to say? I was like, why do old people wake up so early? She's like, we're just happy to be alive.
Yeah.
If I wake up and I'm alive, bitch, I'm not going back to sleep. Like, damn.
Yeah.
I remember I was talking to this guy. He was about 85 years old, and he goes, "Life goes faster the older you get."
Yeah.
And I go, well, "Yeah, but why?" He goes, "Because you." And he meant this in a positive way.
Yeah.
Because you have nothing to look forward to. And then he, no. But then he explained it. He goes, when you're young, you look forward to everything. Just getting out of school every day, you're like, oh, I can't wait to get out of school. So you're always waiting for, I can't wait for my birthday. I can't wait for the summer. I can't wait for this. Once you get older, those things go away. Your birthday's not
Birthdays don't matter anymore.
You're all, I don't want that fucking birthday.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So he goes, that's why time is goes a lot slower when you're anticipating something. Once you're living and you're on your own schedule, nobody's going, oh, I can't wait to do this, because you can do it whenever you want. But when you're held back by something, you know, then it's like if you're in jail, I can't wait to get out.
Sure.
A year would seem like a million years.
Wow.
You know? But so that's how he explained it. It's just like, in a good way, you have nothing to look forward to because you've already done everything, and now you're on your own schedule. That's what he meant. You know, which
that
is
makes
true.
sense.
Don't you guys kind of feel like after you hit 30 that time just started flying?
Yes,
It's
100%.
freaking me out. Like I'm like, dude, I feel like I just got married and my anniversary's in 1 month. I'm like, whoa.
And then when you hit 40, because I'm over 40, mortality kicks in where you'll see people natural causes like
We
were just
46,
talking about
47.
this,
Yeah, we talked about it. It's like, and you're like, dude.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Go to the doctor, get your checkups.
Oh my God. I
Get
got my
all
first
your checkups.
colonoscopy. Oh,
Good.
yeah.
You got to do that, honestly, because it's freaky, you know? Like somebody who's so healthy, like running on the treadmill, all of a sudden, you know, because they didn't
it's
check
scary.
their underlying heart condition.
Yeah.
Are you on Tommy to go to the doctor all the time?
He's so healthy, you guys. It's actually fucked up because he's done so many drugs and he smokes a pack of cigarettes a day.
Still.
And yes. And so
Wow.
he doesn't drink or anything, but he smokes. And so this is crazy. We go to the doctor and I'm expecting, like, I wanted him to get a lung scan because I was like, I wanted it to be like a convincing reason to stop smoking. So I go to the doctor and I'm like, I want to take him in, get him a lung scan. That way he'll see how smoking's affected his lungs. This bitch, he gets a motherfucking lung scan, and that shit is clear as day. My lungs are probably more fucked up from the secondhand smoke. They're like, nah, he looks good. I'm like, can you lie to this motherfucker? Like, can you just
check
tell him?
mine
They're
off?
like, nah, he looks good. He doesn't have any spots or nodules or anything. Nothing.
Sometimes genetically people's bodies react differently to things. So
My mom
it's-
sounded like you. My dad hasn't ever been to the doctor in 7 to 8 years. My mom beat breast cancer twice. Finally, 75 years. Finally, we got my dad to go to a hospital and to get checked out.
Yeah.
And the doctor was like, he's
Good.
perfect. And my mom was like mad. She calls me up and goes, you know your dad? Nothing wrong with him. I'm like, you wanted something wrong? No, I go to doctor. I have
day.
trouble.
That's
and
funny.
your father is fine. And
Isn't that bananas?
Some
I
people
know.
just, they're all
And I'm
good.
33 and I get one little ache and I'm like 911. I go to the emergency room. I'm all,
Yeah.
yep, guys, I think I'm having a heart attack. They're like, you're literally 33. I'm like, no, but it might be happening.
I used to watch Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, God.
And then think something was wrong with me. I got a head scan because I thought I had a
Really?
brain. Yeah, because I was having headaches. And I saw an episode where a guy's like something exploded in his head. And I was like, oh, my God. And so I got an
An
MRI.
aneurysm.
Yeah,
That can happen to you even if you don't have.
I know.
Any day, a random little blood clot can break off and you can have an aneurysm and boom, just dead.
I think it's important to just know your family history.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because then you because that's usually what will happen.
Do you
know?
have that in your family history?
No, not at all.
Then you'll be
But I
fine.
was just
Yeah.
watching TV. And I was like freaking me out.
I
where,
do that shit too. Yeah.
where were you when Kobe died? When you heard the news?
I live in Calabasas.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's
So that's the crazy thing is that I was just waking up and I saw 1,000 messages of people texting me being like, did you hear it? Because some of my neighbors heard it because he crashed into the hill like right by our house off Las Virgenes. And some people were like, I heard the helicopter going over the houses and it was shaking the houses because it was flying so low. And they were all coming out like, what the hell? Why is this? And then they heard a crack and then a explosion, big loud thing and then an explosion. It was just really
So
sad.
they might have not even known. That they
Yeah,
were
my
about to hit a-
fear was.
No, I don't think they knew.
I hope.
They didn't see. You know, they actually, I don't really 100% don't think they knew because
It was 100% humidity.
it was so foggy.
Yeah.
Guys, in the mountains, it just gets really foggy in Calabasas in general, just because you're up kind of high, and you know, if they saw his flight path, is that he stopped in Glendale, and they circled in Glendale for
Yep.
8 minutes, and they said it's low visibility, you shouldn't. They
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
told him to not continue, but you know, a pilot and I'm sure Kobe, they've been flying together for
Yeah.
a while. He probably said, "Do you think we can?" And
Well, he asked for a
They probably-
visual. He
yeah.
asked the control tower for visual, like he was going
Yeah.
to do it by his
Yeah.
So they followed
Yeah.
the
They were
101.
following the 101.
The 101. But this is what I heard is, and like it's all speculation right now, but the pilot thought he went up to 2,200 feet because he
Yeah.
cleared one mountain,
hell yeah,
one hill, and was coming back down, and that's when he ran
into the other
in the other one. But he was
yeah.
going like 161 miles per hour. And they're like, why are you going that fast when you can't
I
see?
mean, maybe they have to go that fast. I don't know.
No, those helicopters can go 15 miles per hour.
You
Oh,
can go,
really?
you can idle,
You can idle
yeah,
and
or
hover.
hover. That's what I meant.
So my thing that my biggest fear as a father would be looking at your child knowing the end is coming.
I don't think they saw it.
I hope, like,
really don't,
even
but-
though they passed away, I hope that is the case.
The thing that's really scary though is that when they hit, I don't know if they got knocked out.
Oh,
or
it blew up.
it blew
from
up
the
2
way it
seconds
looks.
later.
Oh, it did.
So they hit, and it was like 2 seconds, and then
but
yeah.
but if you're hitting a hill at 161
Yeah,
miles per
I think the
hour,
G-force probably
Yeah.
knocks
just
everybody
the
out.
impact. And what's sad is they've only, well, at least till this morning, they only found 3 of the bodies.
You mean the other ones are like just
They don't know
dissolved?
where they are, or they
They're-
disintegrated.
burned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a big ball of flame. Like I talked to my neighbor who was right there, and they were like, it was a giant.
Like right when
Ball
you
of
found
flames.
out, you didn't
Like-
like go outside and like.
I did.
Oh, you did?
I did. I went
you
outside and
see
I was
it?
looking.
Did
I
Tommy
couldn't
tell
see
you
it.
first, or your phone?
No,
told you?
where was Tommy? Tommy actually he was training somewhere. He wasn't even,
Mm-hmm.
oh, sorry, actually he was in Nashville. He wasn't even home,
Oh,
and I was
wow.
there. And I mean, it's just crazy to be right in that area and hear people talking about it. Like, did you hear it? And I was like, no, I didn't fucking hear it, dude. That's so gnarly. Like, crazy, though. And then the people that actually went outside and saw it, that's even crazier because he was flying so low that he was flying over
Shaking the
people's
house.
houses and they were shaking
We get that a lot right here, but it's
from
military.
airplanes.
It's military, like they can fly low, so we get a lot of flyovers. Or like,
I mean, it's a lot of mistakes that are like really sad. I mean, it was just an unfortunate.
yeah, like
mistake.
it went from like I cried because I'm a father,
I
and I was like, oh my
know,
God,
I cried too.
this Vanessa's not going to see her kid. But then it became anger at the pilot.
I
where
know,
he shouldn't
I
have.
know,
It,
I
like
know.
I would be more accepting if there was a malfunction with like something
No,
just
there
blew
was
up on the
nothing
car.
wrong with that
But when you
engine.
fly, like that's pilot error. Like
Mm-hmm.
another person took their lives because of
Yeah, I don't
You
like
know?
to do that though. I mean,
I
it's it's
know.
a sad accident. I mean, like,
Just
listen,
sad.
the guy was,
Accidents
you know,
happen, and
Yeah.
that's
They-
like the really sad thing in
Yeah.
life is that they happen all the time. I mean,
all the time.
and it
my
could
fr-
happen to anyone.
anyone. My friend had a dog for 15 years, and this dog, and they had a pool in their backyard, and then they go on vacation. They leave the dog with a dog sitter, and the one time they go on vacation, the dog's outside, and this dog's been outside 1,000 times by itself. The one time they go on vacation with the dog's with a dog sitter, the dog slips and falls in the pool. The dog sitter's inside ordering Postmates, and the dog drowned to death at 15 years
I
old.
feel worse for the dog
accidents
sitter in that one.
happen,
Like, that's so
yeah.
awkward.
I mean, and this is a dog that they've never, like 15 years they've had this dog. It's
Yeah.
never fallen
Mike has
in
a
the
dog that's
pool.
13 years.
Yeah, that happened when older dogs. I've heard that.
My
happening.
dog's 16.
Them like you have
He's
to be
fallen
careful
in the
for
pool, and because I watch him
Yeah.
because I know he's a little.
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
It's really sad, but guys, like, this is why life, you just have to every day wake up and go, I'm so grateful and I'm thankful to be here. I do every morning.
Yeah.
Every morning I wake up, even if I feel like shit, I'm like, I'm so happy to be alive. Thank you for another day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, grateful I'll take this ride as long as I can, you know, and that's all you can do. You can't live in fear, which
Yeah.
it's unfortunate because you never know
You
when
never know.
something's going to happen to you. So
Yeah.
you just have to live your life and be grateful. I know. I have a weird feeling though that like before you die, I don't know. I just feel like it's something you leave your body. I feel like anyone who's in like a tragic accident
Yeah.
like that or something, or like, you know, 9/11 with the towers,
Yeah.
people hitting the towers. I have a feeling that you leave your body. I feel like when
I
you're
hope
about
so.
to go through that much trauma, your body kind of just
Are you
shuts
religious?
down. I am,
Okay.
but not with a particular religion. But I definitely believe
You're spiritual.
Spiritual.
spiritual. I believe in something.
because I'm like you, where I believe something's in us that leaves. Because
Yes.
when somebody dies, physical form they're the same.
Right.
So something has to leave them.
Yeah.
That was inside them. At least that's
Yeah.
my brain thinking that when you die,
I hope.
something leaves.
Well, did you guys ever read the scientists' review on death? And it was like, if you want to, whether you're a skeptic, whether you're a believer or anything like that, the scientists' review on death. I'll have to actually look it up and read it to you or send it to you, but it goes along the lines of this: is that he goes, I'm a scientist, okay? I don't particularly believe in God, but what I do believe is, and know for a fact, is that humans are made of energy. We're all made of energy, okay? Everything, skin, hair, nails, our spirit is energy. Energy cannot be destroyed, no matter what. It just changes form. So when your body dies, that energy has to go somewhere, because energy doesn't die. It just changes form.
But you don't believe it goes in the sun. See, I'm a
No,
type where
goes somewhere, like leaves you leave
Gotcha.
yourself, and whether it goes into the atmosphere or whether you go
Gotcha.
back to being stardust or whatever. Like, I mean, I personally have watched like a ton of the near-death experience stuff, and it kind of blows my mind that almost every single person has a similar story.
Yeah.
Where they say, you know, the ones that have gone to heaven or whatever that is, they say they saw a light and they went into a place that was a beautiful garden and all of the flowers and leaves were breathing and they felt at peace and there was a voice that guided them and they saw their dead relatives. And it kind of is mind-blowing that you hear all these things and they're all saying almost
But
exactly
you
the
don't
same
think
thing.
they're just repeating stuff they've
No,
heard?
I
No,
don't
but,
think
but
so.
couldn't that also be because of what you've learned in life, so it's implanted in your brain?
That's what I'm saying.
I
You
mean,
know what I'm saying?
it
Because
could
it's
be
like
that.
aliens. People, I don't believe in aliens. Okay, I believe in other life forms, but I don't think they're coming here checking it out.
No.
But
Yeah.
every time you talk to a person that's seen an alien, they will describe the thing I've heard since I was like 8 years old.
I mean, there are, okay, so I don't technically believe in aliens either, but I mean, the galaxy is huge. There's, it'd be,
I
it'd be,
believe
you
there's
gotta
other.
assume.
it'd be
but I
ignorant
don't
to think there's
like-
no other life form.
No,
yeah.
there is
Yeah,
other life form.
somewhere.
But I don't think
They
they're
come
coming
here.
here making circles in the ground.
Yeah,
and
if
then
they had the
flying off.
technology to get to us, they wouldn't just be
they
watching.
wouldn't be hiding. They'll be like, yo.
They would teach. They would teach us.
I
Yeah.
mean, honestly,
Or kill us.
I think they see that our planet is dying, and they're kind of like, "This shit's got nothing to offer." You know what I mean? It's like going
Maybe.
to Goodwill. But you know, there it actually is. My friend's mom, she grew up in, I'm trying to think where it was, like Portugal or somewhere really weird. And she's like a very non-weird person or doesn't really believe in that kind of stuff. And she was like, "Oh yeah, like they're real. Like it was Brazil." She was in Brazil, and when she was a little girl, she was like, these little gray people came to me in my bedroom late at night and asked me to come with them. And like, she's not even a fucking weirdo. She's not like a, you know. And she hates telling the story because she gets embarrassed.
Yeah, I wouldn't believe that. Because if you're a little kid, aliens are not going to ask you.
Yeah.
If you want, they'll just take you. Like, that's my thing.
It's weird.
I got in a discussion with Joe Rogan. He was like, he believes in aliens.
Yeah.
And I go, they're not coming here looking around. If they have that technology, they do not. Because Joe's thing is they don't want to scare us. It's like they don't care. If they're that much more advanced than us, you wouldn't care. We wouldn't.
But I think they know what it would do if they presented themselves.
They also, I think that...
Why would they care, though?
The more intelligent you are, the less hostile you are, too.
Yeah.
True.
So I don't think there would be
point.
war stuff. Because even us, like, people are like, there's going to be World War III. There isn't.
Yeah.
Because we've all learned from it, and we don't want it to, like... There's a part of the earth that we're like, hey, all right, that's hostile. But like Russia, they're not going to fight. We're going to be like, yo, let's figure this out. Like, if you're that intelligent and you're that far advanced to come here, first of all, if you have the technology to get here, you're not going to have a flat tire and crash. That's not happening, right? No. Also, you would be like intelligent.
So you believe? It sounds like you believe in aliens.
I think that there's a life form, but I don't think they necessarily came here. But if they did come here, I think that they would be well aware, smart enough to know, well, we can't let the public know, and we'll only contact the world leaders.
I don't believe that. I believe they're so advanced, they would just show up and not try to hide. They'd be just like, yo, we're here.
But they would know
that
how
would
dumb we
cause
are. They would know everything
much
about
drama,
it. They would know.
I don't think they'd want to do that.
They know that people are stupid, dude.
The
they
government will
see
be like,
Middle
rockets,
America.
we need rockets. Like, they'd be like, oh, get the military. Like, we would be so
They
dumb.
would be like, if the Earth is being hostile with themselves still,
Yeah,
they'd
they
be
don't
like,
wanna get
these
involved
people
with that
aren't
shit.
ready for us. Maybe they would go to the higher intelligence.
So
Like,
are you a religious person?
no, I don't know.
Okay. All right. That's
I
great.
grew up Catholic,
That's
but I
fair.
don't believe in religion because of how they're all against each other. That's weird to me.
Well, here's a couple things. Like
yeah.
with religion, it makes me question all the time. Like when you hear planes go down or somebody, it's like the God you give credit for everything. You have to give him credit for doing bad things too.
Can I intervene?
Yes.
This is the thing about that, okay? We were put here on earth, and if you read the Bible, God says, I'm giving man free will, and I will not intervene. And he put us here on earth, and what I believe, technically, you don't have to agree with me, is that this is limbo, okay? This is judgment. You're getting judged on whether you do more good or more bad here. No matter what happens, good or bad, God and the devil, if he exists, do not intervene. It just happens. Life happens, okay? And then when you die,
But why?
you're
Okay,
judged.
let me ask you this. Why do you get credit? Why does God get credit when everything good happens? Like, oh, I got the new job, thank God, or I'm healthy, thank God.
Well,
why is he getting that credit, but he's not getting the bad?
I think people are just grateful for the opportunity to be alive. Because
But if God is in limbo, God has nothing. So
right.
God has
He
nothing to do
doesn't
with
really
He gave
have
you
anything
life.
to do with it, but he
Okay.
did give us life.
life.
gave
Okay,
you-
So-
great.
I
respect-
can't
Yeah.
get behind the whole part even if you like what determines if there is a heaven or hell. What determines you go to hell? You know,
Well-
stealing. But then that they would even there would be this suffering and pain forever. It's just mind-boggling.
The only times I've ever heard of people going to hell is people that have OD'd or people that have tried to take their own lives. Like, if you look up, like, almost every near-death experience story, it's, like, people that have tried to kill themselves or have done
They
drug
describe
overdose.
hell?
They describe going down a
interesting.
pit of darkness. They all almost say the same thing: fire, blackness, and they feel an uncomfortable presence. It's the worst thing. And then people that have survived, obviously, to tell the story, come back and they're like, I'm going to be the best person I can now because I never want to go back to where I was.
But that goes back to thinking maybe like what they've learned.
Well-
They're in such a dark place. As opposed to one of the people who they see the pearly white things, maybe they're in a positive mindset.
Well, I mean, there's a near-death experience about a lady who was like, I'm an atheist. I didn't believe in God, and I died. And now I believe in God because of the shit that happened when I died. She came back.
Well, listen, my dad's an atheist, PhD in nuclear physics. If it's not real,
Yeah.
it can't be proven it's not
right.
real. So this happened when I was a kid. My grandfather died, and he was in the hospital. So that night we went to go see him. And we came back, and, you know, my dad and mom were in bed, and my mom just tells a story, and my dad backs it up. So they're looking at each other, and my mom looks at my dad, because they're facing each other on the bed, and goes, your dad just passed away. And
They didn't even know yet?
no, my mom goes, your dad just passed away. My dad goes, how you know? She goes, because he's standing right behind you. So my dad couldn't get the courage to turn around because he said my mom's face said it all.
And your mom tells you to this day that she saw your grandpa,
My
right?
dad, oh yeah, and my dad says he wished he could have turned around, but he couldn't because of my mom's face. I mean, that's freaky right there. But like my dad had the chance to see if there was other life, but he just was too scared.
Wow.
What do you think about that story?
This is what I believe in religion. Like I have a lot of questions. I believe like you. There's energy. There's force. I believe there. I believe. I hope we go to a better place. But I do know this. Everybody should root for religion because I did research in every civilization where there's been some type of God or some type of place you're going to go after. Those civilizations usually survive. The one where they have no foundation of a religion, of something like that, they cannibalize and they eat each other and they're no longer around.
Sure.
So religion gives you the base where it keeps most people on the straight and narrow and makes you believe there's something after, which I like.
It's good for that, sure.
It's good for that.
I mean, you guys have to honestly think, how the fuck did we get here?
Yeah.
Like scientists are go, oh, you guys are made from stardust. Okay, where'd the stardust come from?
Yeah.
Where did the universe come from? Who created it? It had to be created. It can't just have existed.
Why does it have why?
Because what the fuck is it? It had to be built by
I
something.
don't know.
or
Maybe
come
that's what
from
we can't
something.
comprehend.
Steve Jobs did it.
I'm dead.
Yeah, he's God.
Have you guys ever done DMT or ayahuasca?
No,
Just
what's
mushrooms.
Just mushrooms?
But that
Oh, no,
makes
I haven't.
me, yeah, I love doing it. I'll do it like it feels like a cleanser for me.
You should do DMT then. I've never done it, but I've had so many people.
What is DMT? Tell me.
DMT is when your body dies, your body releases a chemical called DMT, and I don't know exactly what it stands for, but basically it's like they call it the spirit molecule. So basically your brain, when your brain's like shutting down and you're dying, it releases this chemical in your brain, and then a lot of people that have had near-death experiences, the doubters will say, oh, it's just DMT in the brain. Apparently it's like you see the world that we can't see when we're here. You know, like you see the universe, you see life beyond this. You get to see what it's like on the other side. So they call it it's DMT, and you can take it while you're alive and go through this and experience this.
Does it make you sick?
I'm not sure.
Is
One
it
of
like
them makes you
mushrooms?
throw up. Well, no, ayahuasca I think is the one where you vomit like.
Is that the one where they go
violently.
to a field and
Yeah,
they all?
like the Beatles were into like doing stuff like this where they would go and you get a shaman and they kind of give you this tea in it and you drink it and then you see. I mean, it's like a crazy trip, but the DMT is like actually in your body, and so when you take it, it opens your brain.
How do they get it then?
I think they've learned how to formulate it from just our molecules.
scary to
Yeah,
me.
yeah, it's like it's weird. I mean, I don't know like a ton about it. I just know people.
She's like,
that
you
have
should
done
take it though.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I mean,
I
like,
don't
No, I
if you really want answers and you're not
You're a
afraid
dick,
of that kind
Mike.
of stuff, like I'm personally like very
Fascinated by
I'm
that.
fascinated.
Me
I
too.
don't know if
It
I
is
would ever
fascinating.
do
I don't know if I
it.
would ever do something I'm not like.
I got it, yeah.
mushrooms was around so much that everybody's done
Yeah.
it, so I know it's not like
Gonna kill you.
ecstasy or
Yeah.
cocaine where you're like if you do too much of this, you might have a heart attack.
Yeah.
So and
I
then-
don't
and-
think
and then I've
anyone's.
done-
Yeah, I don't know. I know people have died from ayahuasca. I don't know if anyone's died
Really?
from DMT. Yeah, they've had like bad. Because you get
Trips.
really sick, and then some people can't handle it, anxiety, and then like I don't know, they have fucking heart attacks
Yeah,
or whatever.
I don't do anything.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know, but if you're like a chill person and you can handle like having an experience like that, there's people that I know that have done it, and they were like, dude, because we only use 10% of our brain,
Yeah.
and what it does is opens up, you know, another 10% or whatever, and then you start fucking seeing more and thinking more than you've ever thought in your life, and it's kind of amazing. I mean, think about it. We
Yeah.
have all this
No,
brain.
100%.
Well, mushrooms. Every time, the only reason I do it is it when you're in it, you're laughing, having a good time, but you think about things, and it's always good to do with your best friends if
Right,
you
right.
do it. But after it makes you, it takes a break from this LA.
Yeah.
It's just like nothing matters. Just like enjoy.
Yeah.
Every time I come out of it, the next day I'm like super motivated, and I'm like nothing matters. Just like we're having fun, and that's all. Like don't
That's
get
life.
worried
That's-
about it.
yeah,
It
yeah.
makes all my worries go away. I'm like, yo, just like what a good life I've had a great. We've all had great lives. Just if we're sitting here, just all the fun. We've all had dope lives.
Yeah.
99% of the people have not had as good of a life as us.
Life rips.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we're lucky.
Where can people reach out to you?
Oh my God, Dad. Just Brittany Furlan on all social media.
Okay.
And check out my podcast, Worst First, which you're going to be on. You
That's
should
right.
Be on. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having me. This was really a fun.
Yeah, I mean, it got kind of down,
conversation.
but it's very
smart.
It's smart. I love it. I love
Good
it.
to talk about real shit.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you next time on the Michael Yo Show.
Woo!